Hello, Internet friends, and welcome to Quests and Cthulhu. So glad you decided to spend part of your geekend with us. Happy Saturday, everybody. I hope that where you are, the air is breathable. It has been less so here. I think it was Wednesday when the sky was orange the whole day. It was suitably Cthulhu. It felt like there was mythos stuff going on. We have a few quick announcements to get out of the way. Unfortunately, I'll lead with the thing you can all notice. Emma is once again a house on fire. Amy is not feeling well, and we hope that she's going to be she'll be back next week. Don't even joke about people being sick in these crazy times. Just a little under the weather. She will be back with us next week. We have a few quick announcements. First of all, as always, the first announcement is always Birds of Paradise. And I don't know if you're not on our Discord, you should go on there just for the Birds of Paradise channel. The magpie dice that she had on there, that Andrea is making, are beautiful. They're gonna be my new favorite set, I think. They are really nice. I'm looking forward to them. And so Birds of Paradise, we have a code with them. You can get, I think it's 15% off if you use the code Chaotic in your order. And once again, I'll just say, you order today, they show up like in days. It's crazy. Andrea apparently has some inroad into the shipping industry that allows her to work her dark magic and get those things out there quickly. So Birds of Paradise, we love them. Our good friends at Nord Games, they make all sorts of fabulous products for games that I don't play. Someday maybe they'll do a Cthulhu thing. That is the hope. We also have we have a couple giveaways. Tonight, we will be giving away another set of these fabulous Great Dane Society coasters. That probably just messed up the zoom on my the focus on my poor little camera. We have another set going away. We gave away one set last week, and YouTube, we gave a set. We're giving away a set to you. Kenneth Williams, you are the winner of these fabulous coasters. So do me a favor and send your information to info@questsandchaos.com, and we will get these coasters out to you, as long as you're not in Quebec, because screw Quebec.
They know exactly what they did.
It was
never forget,
never forgive.
They burnt the White House, and damn it, in 1812. So we'll be giving away another set at the break. It'll be #chaos at the break. That'll be there. And we once again have a full week, barring Thomas's schedule, a full week of streaming entertainment for you. Monday, it's once again Dragon of Icespire Peak. It is going to be what is that going to be like? It's going to be a pretty long arc, I think, right? What do you guys like?
We go off the, we get distracted by stuff, and
we spent the whole first half of an episode chasing down meerkats because they said that they knew where rabbits were.
Yeah, we wanted rabbits, not meerkats. It
was a whole thing. It was adorable, and I loved it.
That is
James, and that's what D&D's about. That's what you're missing, Ezra.
And
James, you have my empathy.
And an intelligent mimic who was actually able to plead for its life, and now we're dealing with that problem.
Let's just leave it. Let's just leave that place. I don't like it anymore. That's a horrible place. Anyhow,
we've already helped so much. We deal with the mole, and then we're done.
We've already helped so much, but that's not the game we're playing right now. I'm sorry.
That should be an episode title. We've already helped so much.
I think that would be a little bit more sarcastic with the Great Dane Society.
Yeah.
We've already helped.
We've already helped Egypt enough. Let's just stop helping Egypt out.
Please stop helping us. Tuesday, the Chaos Agents are back, and they are starting a new kind of. This is the beginning of the end of this arc of the Chaos Agents. You're going to find out some more about the mysterious patron of Uzo, who used to be evil, now is good, but there's like I want Thomas to do the whole peeling off the mask thing. That is I've always wanted to do. I think that would be a fine thing to have happen there. So Tuesday, the Chaos Agents, and then Saturday, we're back here once again doing whatever the hell it is that we do. So we have some bits here that I want to get through really quick. And Tiana, if you'll help me out by keeping track here.
Already on it.
It is all to the players. Lonely Yeti, 500 bits to the players. Thank you, Lonely Yeti. 1,000 bits from Slithy Toad to the players.
Hey, Slithy Toad.
It's almost, so it's wonderful. For those of you that don't know, Slithy Toad has a lovely contractual relationship with our very own Julie Hall. And so he supports his partner with bits, and that's lovely.
Uh-oh.
I want to juxtapose that with my contractual partner who feels the need to undermine me and give 500 bits to you, scruffy nerf herders. 500 bits to the players from Squirrel on the Run.
Our favorite.
Our favorite Twitch user.
You guys need better taste than Twitch users.
I think we're spot on this one.
I agree. She's pretty fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
And that's funny. She said in the chat that our relationship thrives on conflict. That could not be less true. I thrive on conflict. So also we have our first conditional bits, and I'm going to keep track of this. We have 500 bits to the first player to push a roll.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Who's that from?
That was from Chicago Tora. I just want to
talk, Tamago Tora. That's all.
So the first player to push a roll is going to get 1 inspiration.
You give me a fold-up chair, I'll make that happen.
We have a second conditional, and that is from Elda Brat, who just resubscribed as well. Thank you, Elda Brat. 500 to whoever lights the first fire. And that can be me or you.
Oh, no. Don't give him that kind
No.
of power, man.
No. All right, that's it.
And then
I like the church on fire. Beat him to it.
And then we have, to balance the scales a little bit, Tamago Tora playing lawful neutral this time, 500 bits to me to protect Egypt from you.
Fair.
I can't even argue with that.
Fair enough.
Thank you so much. We appreciate so much the bits, your subscriptions, your likes, your comments. All of it helps us build the community that makes this place not quite as hellish as outdoors. And that is special. And so, again, jump on our Patreon. Go into jump on our Patreon, but go into our Discord as well. I'm old, so Patreon and Discord are the same things in my head. Jump on our MySpace, but our Patreon, Jesus Christ, our Discord is is another example of that great community. So jump in our Discord. You can find links all over the place. There'll probably be one in the chat at some point. It's a great way to share in this community and find out weird things. I also want to give one last shout out. Our friend Braden Ash, who has been following the show for a while, is, as we speak, running a 24-hour marathon Masks of Nyarlathotep game. I popped in right before we went live. They're currently in New York. They've been playing for 4 hours. They're already sick of the music that they'd been playing for that time, so they turned it off. One of the players, in a sign of like probably coming danger, one of the players was like, maybe something peppy in a few hours to keep us awake. So in about 4 hours, like at the end of this game, we're going to raid them when we're done. And at the end of this, at least one of them might be nodding off. There's a good chance. I'm also a big fan. One of the characters' name is Fightin' Joe. And I think that is fantastic. So everything they're doing is for charity, which is fantastic. Quests and Chaos made a donation. I made a donation. They have a really neat little a whole menu. You can buy you can buy things for the players. You can buy things for the keeper. You can name the next NPC. You can do all sorts of crazy stuff. Yeah, that's a good. Eldebrat wants to know if we can name someone. If we can make an NPC named Emma. That would be.
Please.
That would be great.
Please,
No,
someone go and donate and have an NPC show up who's named Emma. I'm begging.
No, the last NPC named Emma.
Speaking of starting fires.
So like, let's just avoid Emmas. They're more trouble than they're worth.
We can't.
We can't avoid Emma's.
Yeah.
She's a constant.
She is in every Masks of Nyarlothotep game ever.
There, that's right. Emma's a constant in every sense. So last time we had really, I thought, an interesting dichotomy of halves. We had the first half of the game was sort of a contemplative, like research heavy, kind of dealing with moral implications of decisions, a discussion with a priest, all these things. And then the second half was hijinks, robbing a museum, pulling a gun out in the lobby of the museum. It was all sorts of crazy. And and as part of that hijinks, we met Dr. Henry Clive. He showed up and he had with him, he knew something of Dr. Kafur's time magic, and he had with him a woman who seemed to be able to see the future. He alluded to, or at least knew what you guys were going to do, because he alluded to it was just, they did just what you said they would. So that we ended the session. After that, it is late in the evening on the 29th of May. Let me pull up that calendar again. Yeah, the 29th of May. The full moon is the 6th of June. So the full moon is 8 days away.
Oof. Yeah, and we were able to retrieve the Song of the Dole and get that for Joan. Well, retrieve. They left it for us very kindly.
Yeah.
Yes,
I don't remember.
They brought it back for you.
And I don't remember if we told them. Well, oh yeah, I did, because I remember mentioning the eye spider and Joan being like, no thanks. Which, appropriate reaction.
Yes, they had some sort of. There was an eye spider that you guys took pretty easy care of, and then there was another spider that seemed to give them some sort of teleportation ability, but so that is where you stand. It is now the like I said, late in the evening on the 29th, and Emma is beginning to drink herself into even more oblivion than usual.
Like, kind of side-eye her, a little worried.
She's getting ready for a talk.
I guess that's how she gets her courage together.
Yeah.
So yes, it is currently
Friday night, isn't it?
It's Friday night the 29th. On Sunday, Emma is going to go to a church, to the Catholic Church. So Sunday the 31st, she is going to go to the local church and try and convince the poor sobs there to join you in your quest. And so Emma will tell you that, you know, whatever you guys need to do, we can meet at like Dashur, and I can bring the innocent people there.
Well, we'll need to take care of the location first before we bring the innocents to be slaughtered outside the ritual, of course.
We're not. Okay. Yes.
I don't think we're going to slaughter them.
I would prefer very much to not, but I think Donald's right. We need to get that cleared out as soon as possible. Although the closer to the full moon, the more likely it'll stay cleared out.
So you still have a couple leads. You met yesterday with Nigel Wasif, who is an English spy and a newspaper man in there. You also have Henry Clive alluded to something about, you know, they were going to be in Giza.
Yeah.
You've also got a U.S. military. I believe you're currently staying at a hotel, but you also have a U.S. military base.
No, I thought.
Oh, did you go?
Military base.
Did you all agree to go back to the hotel?
I want to go back to the military base.
Yeah, everyone.
Okay, so you're at the base then. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, Henry Clive seems to be newly ensnared in everything that we're doing.
What's his game? What's the reason he's out here? He's doing all this. They've already awoken the Black Pharaoh. They've already their plans in motion. What purpose would Clive have to do all this? Nitocris is destroyed.
No, I forget, but I could have sworn that they didn't want the Black Pharaoh. They wanted Nitocris. And the Black Pharaoh can't be if Nitocris's heart beats. So if they want to get her heart beating, that might be to our advantage. We might. I mean, if our goal is to seal the Black Pharaoh, then we might be on the same side. If we're fine conceding the existence of Nitocris for the greater good.
Right. That's the concern that I have, is that getting their assistance means bringing back Nitocris, and I wasn't here when she was alive, but
their success would mean that, but their assistance wouldn't necessarily. We have the same enemy is the important thing.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Yeah.
Perhaps. I thought Nitocris thought that she was the consort to the bride or whatnot to the Black Pharaoh. I didn't see them as opponents, but of course he betrayed her, so perhaps there's something there that could be useful. However, her goal apparently is the same as his army, that's to take over Egypt. They're the same agendas. Either one, same situation.
Yeah, but one of them is an aspect of the messenger of the old gods, and the other one is an old queen.
Yeah, a little less bad.
Yeah, we don't have to root for Clive to succeed. We just need to work together to deal with the common enemy.
So maybe we can persuade them to help us while not really helping them, is what you're saying?
Well, we can help them to an extent. I'm just saying if we both have the same enemy, we are helping fighting the same enemy.
I took a shot at Clive, so I don't know if he's very much my friend at the moment. I knew he seemed to help his Joan out. I mean, leaving that book for her on purpose, there's something there. A peace offering, perhaps.
And taking a shot at someone doesn't necessarily mean you want them dead.
For me, it does. But I can hold that back, of course. If it turns out this fellow's useful, it's fine.
He did mess us up, though.
But he also left us the book that you specifically wanted. He knew, and that's what gets me. He knew which one you wanted and left it for us.
Well, they had that fortune teller lady or whatever it was that she was doing. And who knows, maybe she knows we're coming to speak to him and the whole thing will be a setup.
Well, again, if they know that we're coming to speak with them with the idea of working together, maybe it won't be a setup.
Maybe.
If they can read into the future and read motives in the future, I don't know.
Well, and we don't necessarily have to be their friends. We just have the same goal. We just want the Black Pharaoh sealed away. That doesn't necessarily mean we want Nitocris out, but it'll be easier for her to come out if he's sealed away.
All right. What else, other than them, what else can we draw from? What else can we leverage? What else? Because I'm thinking we need is all the friends that we can get.
We are low on friends. Like,
Well, there's always the cots.
Right.
you want to call? Okay.
I'm just reading the notes I had from that fellow that he left behind. I don't know the cats myself, except I do know one cat in China who was rather useful.
We ran across a priestess of Bast who is able to turn herself into a large cat, and runs around with the strays.
Maybe she would be helpful.
Maybe.
Like I said, we need all the help, all the friends that we can get. So, all right. So we've got Clive, we've got the Bast priestess.
Nigel Wasif wanted to help us because he's a Kingsman.
And then
Well,
Nigel.
Yeah, let's go check with him.
Yeah.
Oh no, I thought tomorrow was today. Is this the morning?
It's still the night of the 29th, isn't it?
Right? I think it's
Oh.
evening.
It's the evening of the 29th in case, anybody wants to do any nocturnal
Well,
stuff.
tomorrow, Alexandria and I can go see Nigel again. Perhaps, Joan, you could speak to Clive, and I don't know how we find the cats. Maybe we find one on the street and say hello.
Not sure how to find Clive, but
Well, he said he was going to be in Giza.
Yeah, we should all go if
I
that's
agree.
going to be the case.
yeah, I'm not going to go to Giza by myself. That's for sure.
Leaving Cairo alone is a very bad idea, and I won't let you do it.
All right. So maybe like in the morning we can go see Nigel, and in the afternoon we can go to Giza.
Works for me.
Sounds like a touring plan.
All right.
All right, so yeah, you wake up and have a lovely breakfast. It is now the morning of May 30th. Write that down. And
We should pick up some clothes though while we're here.
if you want to spend some time,
Disguised kind.
you can find like sort of a little bit native-y robes and headdresses and stuff.
It's
Oh,
good.
no headdresses. No headdresses. No headdresses.
I am perfectly happy to cover up bright red hair, so I'm not a beacon from across a market.
Heard. Yeah.
That's a good idea. Let's get some native-looking clothing. So we.
All
can-
right, yeah, you will.
Okay.
And you noticed, you recall that like, as the Egyptian government has taken more control, like Nigel was not dressed in his English finery anymore. He was wearing more native sort of things and that sort of thing. So yeah, you'll spend some time in the morning getting clothes, and then you'll go and you'll see Nigel, and he will once again make a show of not wanting to talk to you and berating your berating your colonial ways, and then once he has you in his office, I have spoken to some of my friends at the ministry, and they are interested in your ideas about ways to combat the army of the Black Pharaoh. They have some resources. They were taken by surprise. This rebellion sprung up seemingly overnight across the country, and so they were taken by surprise. But the armory here in Cairo is very well. So the soldiers here are very well provisioned. They probably have an edge on the army of the Black Pharaoh, but they're vastly outnumbered.
Right.
Wow.
They're fighting a defensive war here. What can we do to help?
Well, they're Western help is a very complicated matter right now, especially English help. American help is a little less complicated.
Yeah, well,
The
Very.
covert help as well, obviously, under nothing official we could do.
But as I understand it, so far the Americans are remaining pretty studiously neutral.
Very carefully neutral.
wanting to see how this comes out.
Wanting to make sure that the treaties are still mildly applicable.
Yes.
We do have one man in the military who may be useful, who can do some sort of things off the books if it works.
I mean, do you have the army is planning an offensive? They are going to they're going to try and retake Giza in 2 days.
Giza's under the control of the.
It's not under the control. Giza is something of a middle ground right now between the two armies.
We would like to. We were actually considering going to Giza ourselves after this. We think we might be able to find allies there. Or we're optimistic. We don't know, but
I sort of see. I don't know what allies you could find in Giza, but I mean, I can tell you that in 2 days the army is planning a major offensive to shore up everything at Giza.
Good, good.
So if we
draw their attention and perhaps draw their forces towards the area, allow us an opening. What can we do to help that offensive to make it more formidable, to make it necessary that the Black Pharaoh's forces actively engage it?
I was thinking we would be like a spy force ourselves, right? We can find out some information maybe about where things are, where people are, and give it back.
We should find out what the situation is first.
Right.
They might be fine having the military posted there. In which case, an assault is just a waste of life.
Doctor, what we need is something to draw their forces away from the area that we need to be at. And this offensive in 2 days may be the useful engine.
No. So is it the Egyptian? Is it the Egyptian military that's planning to attack Giza, or is it?
Yes,
that's not to our benefit. We don't need the Egyptians' military drawn somewhere. We need them fighting the Black Pharaoh.
That's what they're doing. They're attacking.
No, they're going to Giza.
Well, yes.
So the army of the Black Pharaoh and the Egyptian military, like Giza is essentially like the front right now. So they're planning a major offensive at Giza to try and push the army of the Black Pharaoh back.
All right, makes
Okay,
sense.
so they. Okay.
Which means that forces of the Black Pharaoh may be drawn away from where we need them drawn from.
Right.
That's what we need. That's exactly what we need. So this offensive needs to work. It needs to be something that's such a threat that the forces of the Black Pharaoh have to act and counterattack, just like in the Great War.
Well, I hope it doesn't go like the Great War.
Agreed.
Just fighting over miles of territory, useless sound. Not surprising.
I want to give a quick shout out since he has to have real life, but Jay Matthews, my second favorite Twitch user, Jay Matthews, gave me 1,000 bits. Thank you so much, Jay Matthews. And
Always good to have you around.
He said, even if briefly. Yeah, so you can. I mean, he'll connect you with a general at the ministry who will meet you in a hiding spot that no one can see, and he agrees that he'll meet with you late that night.
Okay.
So this Saturday night he can meet with you at the back room of a restaurant.
Sounds good.
You've been seeing a lot of those.
In Old Cairo.
Oh, in Old Cairo. Great.
So it's you have a very nice lunch, and it is now it's 1:00 on the 30th.
So have I misunderstood? Because I was under the impression that the Clive Expedition wanted to bring back Nitocris. Is that correct?
I bet they found her. They found her body, the other items of hers. They had the whole thing ready to go. Her people brought her back to life with the sword of Emma and whatnot. And then everything fell apart on them, of course, when the Black Pharaoh betrayed her and destroyed her.
Yeah, Donald, you were there. The Clive Expedition, you did not see any of them at that plantation.
No, I didn't. Well, I wasn't really looking for them, actually.
It's true. You don't remember seeing
You were a
it.
little busy.
You saw all sorts of horrible things, but you did not see Henry Clive or anything like that.
So who knows? But they were digging for something separate from the Penhew expedition.
So what do we want to do? Do we still want to try to meet with them? Or are we just going to let an assault? Like, what do we want to do? Because I'm confused.
Can we wave the white flag a truce, whatnot, have a little powwow with them, and see if perhaps there's a meeting of the minds here? We have the same agendas or not, and if not, we'll kill them later.
That's when we get to Giza. We'll do that, right?
So then do we want to do that after we meet with the general tonight?
How about we do it right now, at the rest of the day?
I thought we were gonna go look for kitties.
Well, and I did want to say, kind of out of character, that Alexandria has been looking for cats, like keeping an active eye out, looking for any stray cats running around.
Downtown Cairo is not the place to see stray cats.
No, we have to go out.
Yeah, and better to do that during the daylight hours. How far is it from Cairo to Giza?
So it's a short. There used to in non-wartime. There's actually a commuter train in the 1920s that goes out there. So it's an hour away.
Okay. As long as we're relatively quick about it. But where will we find Clive?
He'll find us.
That's fair.
Perhaps that's true.
I'm not.
We should be well armed if we're leaving Cairo, though.
We're always well armed.
I just look at him, just very smooth faced. Yeah, all right, buddy.
If we leave, we're going to collect all our stuff from the army base and everything.
Yeah.
So
We always collect all our stuff from the army bases.
It's the hotels that are the problem.
right.
Yeah, if something happens to our stuff in the army base. Anyway, it's not like we have that much stuff.
So yeah, you're gonna head out to Giza.
Why not?
By the time you get everything ready and find a cart that will take you out there, it's heading for 3:00. And you drive out. You have a driver, and you come over the rise, and there are the pyramids and the Sphinx. It is an amazing scene as these towering monoliths that have existed since time immemorial. They have been around forever. I as a side, like, one of my favorite things, I don't know if you've ever seen it, but there are these there's like an internet timeline that basically walks through like what has happened in the space of time that the pyramids have existed. Like how many like the Roman Empire, how many Roman empires fit into the time since the pyramid. It's one of those, like, in the from today to when the pyramids existed, like, here's all these great, I love that stuff. Anyway, so you come over this rise, you pass through a military checkpoint for the army, and as you pass through, they talk with the driver in Arabic. Anybody who wants to can make an Arabic roll.
All right.
Oh, good. I forgot we did still have someone who speaks Arabic.
That is a hard success.
All right, yeah. They are basically telling him that after, if he really wants to go out into no man's land, they can't, there are raiding parties, and they can't ensure his safety. If he sees army units. They tell him to immediately wave a white flag so that he doesn't get attacked. So you see like the driver pulling out his handkerchief just in case.
All right.
And you drive on, and the driver like asks, where am I taking you? The car, I can get you to the Valley of the Kings, but I can't really drive down into it. There's not.
That should be fine.
All right.
Don't take any unnecessary risks.
So he gets you to essentially like the visitors center of the Valley of the Kings. And everybody make me a spot hidden roll.
I was about to ask if someone has a sign up with like one of our names on it or something.
I would love to see that.
So.
In the box.
So
yes, hard success.
Is that even a stat? What?
So you, with a hard success, you see a wisp of, not a wisp, you see a line of smoke, like from a small campfire or something, that is coming off the top of the Sphinx's head.
I'm gonna just look at it and like.
Well, artillery fire or a campfire or a camp?
It looks more like a campfire.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
I'll nudge Joan and point. Is that normal?
Oh, camping on top of the head.
Oh, I guess we know where to look.
That's probably where we're aiming.
Hmm.
I don't want to climb that.
Yeah, climbing the
That's a
Sphinx
really
is not
weird
seem
feat.
fun.
They may have a ladder.
There must be some ladders or scaffolding or something set up we could use.
Something. Well, let's go find out.
I'm looking around for less conspicuous signs.
All right. What is an example of a less conspicuous sign?
Are there any Nitocris has a symbol, right? Do I have notes on that? Any markings in like that could be done in chalk or sand or carved into something?
The Sphinx is 66 feet tall.
I don't want to climb that.
That is the shortest thing in the
In the
Great
valley.
Pyramid is 455 feet tall.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that has like little steps built in.
It's
They're
true.
tiny and not great, but
Although the Sphinx, like you go up on the feet and then you get up on the back.
that's true.
So in between pieces, it's not quite so big.
And
Right.
and then throw rocks at the head to be like, hey, pay attention to us.
So you really don't see any sort of more surreptitious signs, Nick.
Okay.
As you come walking in front of the Sphinx, its ageless, ancient face looks down at you, and you hear a voice, from very far away, very faint, saying, "I have a riddle for you."
There's a joker. Your boyfriend's here, Jan.
I do this.
Let's hear it.
No, sorry, I didn't actually have a riddle. Come up. It's Dr. Clive. Henry Clive. We met yesterday.
Right.
No, we figured. All right.
Oh, yes. No.
Do we see a ladder or where?
What's the easiest way to get up?
So you can clamber up. It is we're not going to deal with the
Foot,
controls for
back.
the- Yeah, you
Head,
make it
yeah.
up on the back and then you climb up, and on the top of the Sphinx you see sitting there tending a little fire with a can of beans on it that he is heating up is Dr. Henry Clive, all alone. I knew you'd come.
Right.
Agatha's never wrong.
I was about to ask if Agatha had told you we were coming.
She did. I mean, that's why I said I'll see you. I mean, I wondered if by saying I'll see you in Giza meant that I had thrown off the future by doing that, but instead it appears that I just made it happen.
Yeah, it's self-fulfilling
thing, really.
Yes, time is fascinating.
Your friend Dr. Kafur was doing some really interesting research into the effects of time and how to create small personal-sized temporal fields.
Right.
Was that in the notes that you got from him?
Yeah, and in the books, yeah.
Yeah,
I
all the
thought that
stuff.
was that Joseph boy.
Sorry?
Nothing.
No, nothing. So what's a ghost need a can of beans for?
Well, you know, spiritual hunger is just one kind of hunger. I've also got there's a physical manifestation. Look, I'm sorry. It wasn't a good lie. I didn't have a lot of time. You surprised me. I went with the only thing I could think of. I still can't believe you believed it.
We've run into some very odd things. A ghost would be one of the least strange.
And somebody who was willing to help. You know, that's
well.
Now I know better. I've learned my lesson. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, really.
We are. At first, we weren't trying to help, and now we are trying to help. When we started here with the pin, after we followed in Sir Aubrey's footsteps, Sir Aubrey was my mentor. He was a great man. He is a great, he might be still a great man.
He's not.
It's unclear.
He's dead.
Oh, Aubrey Penew's dead.
Yeah.
Well, that
we could make it so you can visit him.
I'm just like nudge Joan in the ribs. We're looking for friends.
I'm already a ghost. My friends, some of my friends, were more okay with the unfortunate things that happened after Sir Aubrey went a little, kookaburra. I and a few of our expedition we're not so keen on human sacrifice and that sort of thing.
Good to know.
So we hid when something happened at that criminal's plantation, that gang lord's plantation, and the Black Pharaoh, who is a very unpleasant chap, I'll tell you that right now. The Black Pharaoh returned. I was under the impression that we would, if we could make Nitocris return, that we would have the find of old time, and we would have a first person, a primary source, if you will, for Egyptian history. That was my goal. Now, it turns out that Nitocris is kind of just as bloodthirsty and crazy as this Black Pharaoh character, and it appears their marriage has been on shaky ground.
Yeah.
And so now this Black Pharaoh character is trying to take over Egypt, and we can't have that now, can we?
No.
So Agatha, who very useful, she can, she has a very good idea of what's going to happen up to about 48 hours.
That's useful, though.
It is. Unfortunately, there are some blind spots, and Nitocris is one of those blind spots, as is this Black Pharaoh character. So we don't really know what they're doing. We know that there's something they're concerned about something with the full moon. We know that much.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
And so I have been, I've had a day to look over the Necronomicon. Luckily, with this time magic, that day was actually about a week's study. So I've made it through a good chunk of the book, and I've figured out a good deal of what I need to know for some of these rituals that can be it can be pretty helpful with this current situation. I'm trying to figure out a way that we can send this Black Pharaoh character back where he came from. I've read some stories about rituals that can do this. I've not found any yet.
and what would you do if you did find that kind of ritual?
Well, that's what me and Agatha and, there's about 7 of us. Do you want to come in?
In.
And
Sure.
Yeah, hold on. He knocks twice on the head of the Sphinx, and a wooden pallet gets pushed up, and a head pokes out, and Clive says, "Our guests here wanna come in. It'll be cooler inside. Let's go."
It's a little warm out here.
Oh, boy. Joan's head's going nuts right now.
I'm sure it is. You're going inside the
She's happy and sad and like freaked out all at the same time
Sure.
because of that guy.
Yeah, I'll gesture for. Well, no, I guess I'll go down first.
All right.
What's his look like?
So you come down, and there is there's a small kind of antechamber, and in it are 2 Egyptian men with rifles who are kind of like standing at alert. One of them is one of the guys who poked his head up. Clive says to them in Arabic, like, no, these are our friends. And you go down a sloping hallway. So all of this entire area, the walls are just covered in hieroglyphics.
All right, I'm trying to take it all in.
Sure. It is overwhelming.
Do I get anything? Is there anything that pops?
Make a hieroglyphics roll.
Or just total overwhelming?
No, make a hieroglyphics roll. Sure.
I have got a hard success.
Okay. So there is there's a lot of imagery of some sort of army of beast-headed men that have, that are sort of in thrall to the Black Pharaoh. This is telling the story of you find the story of the original capstone being put on, and there is
I'll have to look at this again before we leave so I can see if there's any other things I could pick out. But I know we're going fast right now.
Yeah,
I know we're going fast. But I'm just like this, guys. I'm trying not to touch it, but I'm looking.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead and touch it. It's fine. I mean, I don't think that most of this is going to be. Well, if things keep going like they're going, this will be whether we've ruined this one-of-a-kind archaeological find is going to be the least of our problems.
I still don't touch it because that's not what I do.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
I was gonna say
not in situ, guys. Come on.
So you you go down a sloped hall and you enter. There's about 6 more guys with that seem pretty well armed, and Agatha is sitting at a desk, and she's just writing like feverishly. And yeah, well, Agatha's the only one, the only Westerner left from the expedition. The rest was sacrificed by the Black Pharaoh. Some of them willingly, which frankly is terrifying. But he's, I think Professor Lamb there, you saw in the story there that those beasts, and they are some sort of subterranean creature that can come up out of the sand at a moment's notice. It's terrifying.
We've heard the stories of these creatures, and I've seen them once before with my own eyes.
Well, Agatha's writing, so we should leave it to that.
Is she writing it? I'm just looking over her shoulder. Is she writing in English?
Yeah, she's writing in English. And
Has she gotten to the attack with the Egyptian military yet?
That's tomorrow, isn't it?
Well, that might be the day after tomorrow, and she has 48 hours. So I'm curious.
It is not in there yet. She is writing. But as she has vision, she's writing it. Dr. Hollister, make me a medicine roll.
Wow.
God, I think she's something. It's 95.
It wasn't a fumble. All right.
We can inspire it.
Oh, yeah, do it again. Do it again.
It's not a fumble. You can inspire it.
No. If I statistically,
if you fumble it, that would be the best Emma ever.
I don't think you can get an Amy.
Didn't make it, but it's
right.
Not nearly as bad.
All right. There's, she seems not well. There's something about her that seems physically unwell.
I'll remind her to hydrate.
She does not respond.
Okay. Maybe we need to get her on an IV. I might have brought one.
Welcome, Dead Boy 42, who apparently is just starting out on his journey of the Great Danes, because he says there are more guys and less Jackson Elias than I remember.
My! It's been a while since you've been with us. Then
you've got some story to catch up with, my friend. Thank you so much for peeking in.
Yeah,
it's
About episode 14 is where you want to see where the change happened.
That's where it gets good.
Hey,
it was pretty good before that.
That's when it gets better.
Okay,
although
fine.
I think we learned about Jackson Elias earlier than that.
Oh wow, that's right.
Yeah, episode 1.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't want to give anything away, but Jackson Elias is Hitler.
Come on.
You just invoked Godwin's law.
Oh my goodness.
He's listening to the podcast. Well, Tiana does all of the podcast stuff. Nick, have you done your new intro yet?
Yes.
All right, nice.
I hounded him for it. We had it before the second episode with Hollister went up, because I was like, "Hey Nick, you spent 2 weeks playing this character. You know who he is by now. Come on, give me something."
But Ezra, I'm not doing another one. If something happens to Hollister, you're switching back in Flint or
the gorilla will be back.
The problem with that, Nick,
I don't care how broken they are. You're just switching them in. I'm not making.
I hate to have to be the one to tell you this, but it would need to be an updated one, at least for Flint, because the one for Flint is not accurate anymore.
Why not? No, what?
It doesn't mention anything about his peculiar condition.
It doesn't have to. He's in denial of his peculiar condition.
No, he's in Japan.
We're in denial.
No,
we're in denial. We're in denial.
Get out of my head, Tom.
Yes, it is. We've reached the dad joke period.
Yeah.
Speaking of the dad joke period, so normally on this stream we do a G.I. Joe moment in honor of our patron, the Baroness, who, by the way, is the reason. Where'd it go? I had a coaster.
Oh, one of these guys.
Yeah, the Baroness is the reason that we have these awesome coasters. The Baroness commissioned these. So thank you, Baroness. But so in honor of the Baroness, we had a G.I. Joe moment. But, last week, I think in Discord, Dr. Paramecium mentioned that he was learning about 80s TV from our show. And so I'm going to expand it. We've done this a couple times where we talked about other shows. And I'm going to... So kids, the 80s were a dark time. There were like 7 channels. If you didn't have cable, there were like 7 channels on TV. You watched whatever was on. And so we watched some real crap. And today I want to talk to you about the crappiest of that crap. There was a television show in the 80s called Madam. Madam was a puppet. The puppeteer, Wayland Flowers, had a hand, it was an old woman, a rich old woman, that would go wandering around in here, and he was in the show as well, but she was not a puppet in the show. He was just always kind of standing by her for no apparent. It was astounding to me that no, Madam was nothing like the Duchess. Madam was like, Google Wayland Flowers Madam. It's weird. The 80s were like, there's a guy today who does like an old guy puppet, but he's like, he sort of, that's just a comedy act. This was, hey, let's make a TV show about this puppet and make it we're gonna pretend like it's not a puppet. Like, Madam was the only puppet in this show. Everybody else was people. And this show existed for more than 1 season.
It lasted for more than 1 episode, and
it lasted for more than 1 episode.
Wow.
It was, the 80s. The 80s were bad. So from now on, every episode, I'm going to tell you about one of the awful shows that I had to watch in the 80s. Next week, think spandex, think sports, and think really bad.
You're gonna have to narrow it down a lot.
Oh yeah. So this is called 80s cringe back. Is that what we're calling it?
80s cringe back. I like
it. The cringe hour. No, wait, that's just us.
No.
We're already called the Great Dane Society.
It was not American Gladiators. It was not. Yeah, no. This will make American Gladiators look like Shakespeare.
Ooh.
Wow.
Okay, now we got something to look forward to.
Seriously.
Yeah. Yes, it's terrible. So he'll take you into his Tamago Tora wants to know if there's going to be an 80s edition of Movie Talk. I already made the joke. So they watched Dumb and Dumber, and it was Warren and Aaron and Amy and Thomas, and then I made a joke about the terrible 70s swinging movie Bob and Carol and Ted and Alice, which is bizarre. Like, that movie, first of all, it's a 70s movie. In the 70s, Elliot Gould was a sex symbol. So that's already wrong. That's a good joke. Tamago Tora says that 80s Talk will be released only on VHS. We're going beta, baby. We're going beta max. It's only going to be, I think it's coming back. I had a friend, man, in high school, my best friend was a Laserdisc guy. And Laserdisc guys were like, they were like the early tech douches, because they were just like, he'd come over and I'd be like, hey, I got the Batman movie. Let's watch it. Like, oh, VHS. I really only watch things on disc, man.
Oh.
We had a Laserdisc player when I was a kid.
Oh God, Laserdisc.
Right. I mean, you're right in the middle of the movie and stop the movie and flip it over.
That's right. Yeah. Every movie, like, a Laserdisc could only hold half a movie. Mm-hmm. So you had to flip it over halfway through.
Yep.
It was
a record.
Laserdisc. But they were like Laserdisc people in the 80s and 90s, early 90s, were like that guy today who's like, vinyl just sounds so much better.
I really hope Bo and Kelly aren't watching right now.
Laserdisc. The other thing about, my best friend in high school didn't have a TV. So when he came over and spent the night at my house, we would play D&D all day Saturday. every week in high school. We'd start at noon. We'd play till 10 every Saturday. And once that was done, he would spend the night. And because he didn't have a TV, he would watch the worst crap. Like we'd just start watching TV and he'd be flipping around and he'd be like, hey, pro wrestling, or, you know, what, just like any, or what was, oh God, what was it? There was a USA, like, hard R, like sex thing, Sirens or Silk something. I don't remember, but he loved that show. Oh God. And he would even try. So if you didn't have the channel back in the day, the porn channels would be scrambled. And he would like be trying to see something in the porn. Oh God, I was, you know, like he needed to get a TV. All right. I don't know.
We are very far afield at this
point. Reset.
I finished putting the IV in Agatha.
Oh, thank you. Vindica Sean remembers the show Silk Stockings. That was it.
Wow.
And it was terrible. It was like
awful.
It was like somebody said, what if we made a police procedural that was like sexy? And so like every crime was a like some sort of deviant sex crime. And then the detectives would be like, well, one of us is going to have to go undercover at this S&M club. That was like every episode.
Oh, you broke Tom. Well done.
It was. Oh.
Julie, wow. Two for the price of one. Well done.
And it was this, like, on Saturdays on USA, they would do this thing called Up All Night, and Gilbert Godfrey would host it. And they'd show they'd show a bad movie, and then they'd show one of these shows, and like they'd cut interspersed would be Gilbert Godfrey, usually with a scantily clad woman. And then I think later on a scantily clad woman just hosted. But it was, oh man. All right.
Have I finished taking Agatha's temperature?
There's something about Agatha. She is not well. So Clive will take you to back to his sort of office, and he'll say, so what I've figured out is that we've got to stop to kill the Black Pharaoh. There's something about that pyramid in Dashur, and there's a ritual, but it's only alluded to, but there's some sort of ritual that will seal that pyramid and banish the Black Pharaoh.
And I'm just looking at everyone else at this point.
I'm just looking back, just poker face, like, interesting.
So, are you willing to share what you've learned so far? Maybe we can help.
Yeah, of course. So it's the bent pyramid in Dashur.
Okay.
Or sorry, the red pyramid in Dashur is the pyramid, and we've got to. It says there can't be any sign of evil within about a mile, and it also suggests that you need innocent blood. So it's some sort of sacrifice ritual or something.
No, it just needs the blood.
There are ways to get enough blood without sacrificing people.
Doctors know how to do that.
Or at least to the point of death.
Pat my bag.
Well, I'm very glad to hear that. I don't know how innocent my boys are, but they'd be willing to help.
Always need people to purge evil.
Do you have any ideas about the purging evil part?
Well, that's part of the reason that I got that I needed the Necronomicon. Yeah, I do, in fact, have it's a little bit cliche, you know, but the Necronomicon is fairly instrumental in summoning a number of unpleasant things and binding them. And I'm thinking, if I can bind them, then we can use these unpleasant things to cleanse the presence of evil. Because when you bind something, you can dispel it. You can send it away. It's at your beck and call, so to speak.
Assuming you can hold it. We've seen a couple instances where people summon things they can't hold.
Well, yeah, okay, sure. I mean,
It gets very interesting very quickly, and I mean that in the Chinese curse sense.
I mean, I've also got the advantage with the work I've done in this time dilation rituals. I think I can use the time dilation ritual to really to concentrate the time of these rituals, because some of them take quite a great deal of time.
Yeah.
Oh, you can make the time pass faster.
Yeah. So, yeah, I can. Although, so time is a tricky little thing, isn't it? Just because time is moving faster for me doesn't mean time is moving faster out in the world.
That makes sense.
That's true.
So, if the ritual says I have to sing some sort of song for 4 hours, then yeah, I can sing that song very quickly. But if the ritual says, this can only happen at noon on Thursday, then I have to wait till noon on Thursday.
Or the night, or the night of the full moon.
And if the ritual says you have to do something until like dawn, then you
have to do it till dawn then. But
yeah,
just say we've got some unpleasant characters of our own who have driven away the other unpleasant characters. Hopefully we can make it till dawn.
I'm gonna just like look around at the other three and just like raise an eyebrow, like, do we put our cards on the table? And
Joan looks at you and
I give you the same look and just nod kind of softly.
And I point at my backpack like this.
We have the ritual.
I know. She can see the future, right?
Did she tell you how this conversation was going to go?
Well, I mean, so she sees broad swaths, really. It's not, poor woman, she's not writing down every single word that people say.
I hope
not. I knew you'd be here, and I knew you'd agree that we need to work together to do this.
In order to get the ritual done.
It's right. Now, the challenge, no, I'm going to say the problem. The problem is, again, there's a big Black Pharaoh-sized hole in her abilities, so I have no idea if this is going to be successful or not.
Which part's going to be successful, the summoning part or the ritual itself?
Well, the ritual itself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Has she seen how the summoning might go, or at least an idea?
It's still too far away.
That's true.
Right.
Also, I'm glad to see you have a doctor here, because I think Agatha might be dying.
Just look over at Hollister.
She hasn't slept in going on a month now.
Oh yeah, that'll do it. Okay. Should I put her out?
I mean, can we afford to?
I think we cannot afford to have her die
before.
Well,
yeah, it would be much better if she was functional, like starting the 2 days leading up to the full moon.
Oh, if we knock her out and let her get some sleep.
Well, here's the thing. I'm unclear what effect her not recording the future will have on her psyche if she suddenly wakes up and has 4 days of future like backloaded there. I don't know what's going to happen.
Oh, so is there something we can do to strengthen her as she is?
Well, I've given her all my cocaine.
That'll do it.
Well, that's good to know.
It's good to know, yes.
Before I add anything to the mix.
Well, I mean, that was days ago. Seemed to help.
All right, and meanwhile, is there anything else that you're missing for the ritual that you know of?
Well, so again, I don't know a great deal about that ritual itself. It's something about the pyramid. That's really where you come in, I think.
I'll look over at Joan and be like, might as well show him.
Yep. So I pull in my backpack and I say, we have the capstone.
Oh my. So what's that say? The eye of light and darkness. Huh. And so, and that's where the blood has to go then? I see. Well, all right. I think we could do this. So my role in this, as I understand it, is going to be about a day before to go to that pyramid and summon some unfortunate things and really kind of clear the area out.
And then dismiss them so that the evil doesn't remain.
It's right. It's right.
Or you could just move it outside of a mile to make a perimeter, right?
Ooh.
Not a bad idea.
I mean,
a mile and a half out.
Depending on what I'm able to bind,
Yeah.
you know, it's a lot easier to clear things out up to a mile than it is to then expand out from that. You know, holding the perimeter becomes a challenge. I'd still rather.
Well, okay.
I personally, I'd rather do this as quietly as possible.
Yeah.
Yes. Agreed.
Would it be possible you and Agatha moved around in space as well as in time? Is that something that you would be able to assist us with? Because getting from Cairo to Dashur without being seen would be incredibly helpful.
Particularly with people to supply the necessary things for the ritual.
So, you know, you lot, you're all a little deft. I'm fucking crackers. Agatha's probably already dead. So people like us going through spider portals and that sort of thing, really not a problem. If my boys here saw a spider portal, I think they'd be done.
Well, but your boys are Egyptian. They can maybe travel a little bit less conspicuously than we can, being, well, very white.
I mean, I was just going to get a boat.
We have to get a whole bunch of volunteers there as well.
That's true. And getting them through a portal would be nigh impossible.
Yeah. And we're going to have to go with them.
Right. Things you don't hear every day.
Which part of that?
Getting a nun through a portal.
You've got that book here, the Necronomicon, is that correct?
Well,
I understand from reviewing some old notes that book is some sort of a beacon of some sort that like draws bad things to it.
Are you planning to bring it with you out to Dashur?
I was going to leave it here.
Because from what I understand, the Necronomicon is one of the most evil things in existence.
So the only question is, if I bring the book, my summoning abilities are greatly enhanced.
Yeah, makes sense.
As long as
if I leave the book here.
Yeah. As long as it's at least a mile away from
who knows?
Yeah, it just has to. It can't be near. Other question.
Is the book evil?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, that's the real question. Is evil something I am or something I do?
Understood.
Well, either way, we know that the book is evil.
I say, for us, it's what we do. For them, it's what they are.
Well, that's classic othering, yeah. That's.
Whoa.
Oh. Well, I think the Black Pharaoh is kind of a classic other, don't you?
I think it's fair. It's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, we wanted Nidacris to be our portal to ancient Egypt, metaphorically speaking only, for research purposes, to have that primary.
It'd be nice, but no.
No.
No. You were right. She is as evil.
Well, there we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the time frame on this then?
It has to be the night of the full moon, and it starts at moonrise and goes to moonset.
For our ritual, it has to be cleared before that happens.
Yes.
So clearing sort of the day the night before up to the afternoon.
Yeah.
Well, then you lot come in into the cleared
Yeah.
area. I skedaddle with the book. So if I study more, I could probably learn that spider portal thing that Agatha can do, because I'm not sure she's got much more in her.
Well, can I do want to try getting her to rest for at least a couple of hours.
You're the doctor. I don't know what's going to happen.
I mean, even if you don't catch her with morphine, just stopping writing for a while might help.
So she was fine in normal up until about a month ago, maybe a little before that, when there was, we had our first encounter with the Nitocris situation. And that's when we found out that they wanted to use us and Agatha as a conduit to bring Nitocris back, using some sort of belt, using some it was 3 different items. They couldn't find all the items at that time, but they still did something to Agatha that kind of heightened. Before this, she was one of those, oh, there's a spirit in the room, oh, it's your uncle, sort of things. But after whatever happened, she was driven. She stopped speaking. She just writes everything that's going to happen in that book of hers. And if I took the book away, she just writes on the desk.
Yeah, she would probably wake up writing on the sheets and the walls.
Yeah.
But the woman must have get some sleep somehow. Maybe the doctor can help her with that.
Yeah.
Well, and if she's made it a month so far, maybe she'll make it another week. But I mean, I'm not the medical person.
Well, I mean, by all means, I would love
Does
it.
she
if you
eat?
Take a look. I know.
Yeah.
No,
She doesn't eat at all? Does she eat at all? Can you get her anything in her?
No. She gnaws food.
Yeah, we got to get something in her.
I had to inject her with the cocaine.
Oh, geez.
Wow.
Straight into the bloodstream. That's fun.
Didn't seem to have an effect. Normally, if I've been awake 24, 36 hours, cocaine really takes the edge off.
Well, if Dr. Hollister can have a look at her.
I'll start gradually sedating her. I don't want to do anything too rapid, and just seeing if I can, watching how it works, if she's reacting, if she's calming down. I'll give that a try. Do I have something do I have an IV actually?
No.
Okay.
You have a syringe. You can
Syringes,
make me another medicine roll.
Is this something I push?
Yes.
You'll get if you push it, you're getting yourself another
Another inspo.
Another spray.
Do
All right.
it.
So
How am I pushing this though?
You're digging deep into your medical knowledge and trying to haul out all those notes that you took in med school.
About people who are driven and yeah.
Either way, it's a moot point because I rolled a 4.
hey, there you go. All right. So yeah, you spend about an hour slowly giving her small doses of sedative, and she starts to nod, and she's fighting it, but finally after about an hour She gently lays her head down on the book. Her hand stays perched, but doesn't write anything.
And I know it's going to be futile, but I am trying to talk to her through this. Not being too distracting, but just softly talking to her and trying to.
She seems utterly non-responsive. She's not like whispering or talking or anything.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it helps, but I'm just trying to
sing her a lullaby.
Well, metaphorically.
Yes.
Can we look at the book and see where she left off writing?
Sure. So she left off writing, let's see. It is...
I'm curious. What do you want?
Yeah, no, this is perfect. You beat me to it.
That's what I was looking at before. Yeah.
Afternoon of the 30th. Okay.
I am going to tell Clive about the, by the way, the Egyptian military is probably going to attack here in about 2 days.
And that is what this story is about, is she's writing about the assault by the Egyptian authorities on the Black Pharaoh's base in the Great Pyramid.
Did she get to the part to tell us how it goes?
No, she just finished with the destruction of the Sphinx.
Oh.
Huh.
No.
Good.
So let's do some rubbings before we leave.
Totally.
And I guess I'll stay here and I'll try and get back to the base in the morning, but you should all go talk to the general.
Well, and
Kiana, make me a spot hidden roll.
Me? Okay.
Actually, let's call it an education roll. Make me an education roll.
Either way, it's not 5.
Odd 5. All right. So as you look at the book and as you're reading what's happening, it becomes clear to you that the first letter of each line is spelling something as you read it down.
Mm-hmm.
And as you read it down, the first letter of each line on this page is saying, I'm already dead.
Oh.
And then you flip another page and it says the exact same thing. Like somehow the construct of everything she's writing has that exact same thing, where on every page, if you read it down, the first letter of each sentence spells out, I'm already dead.
I'm going to look at that and just keep flipping pages, looking at all of it, and then reach over and try to take her pulse.
Oh yeah, there's nothing there.
And I just look at Dr. Hollister and just run my finger down the page, showing him what's written down the side.
Yeah, I wouldn't have looked for that.
What's happening, Alex?
She's already dead. She coded it in the book, and might be dead. Might have been dead. I'll actually flip back to the beginning when all of this started.
More. What is her temperature?
She seems normally alive to you.
But there's no pulse?
No, you find a pulse.
Oh, no.
It's weak, but you find a pulse.
He finds a pulse, but I don't.
That's right.
I just sit back and go.
Alex?
Yeah.
I mean, the pulse is super weak. She might as well be dead, especially now as she's sedated.
Yeah, I'll double check on the side of her neck. I know what a pulse feels like. I've looked for it as in my other job, and I'm just it's not there.
You can make a first aid roll if you want.
Sure.
Can we do anything?
First aid.
When you put moisture in someone's mouth, could we do any sort of a broth or something to try and get some nutrients in her? Or eye?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, it's you can try and get some food in her. With a first aid roll, you will find a very faint pulse.
And it's like,
I mean, I can just take a rubber tube if I need to, and
Yeah, you can.
but I'd prefer not to.
So it is now the evening of Saturday the 30th.
We're gonna go visit that general, right?
we're going to have to go.
Can
Where-
we make it back to the vehicle? Is the vehicle even going to be there?
Didn't we ask the vehicle to stay? Or
You asked him to stay.
Yeah, he might not be. We'll have to figure it out.
where?
I guess we'll go find out at least.
All right,
could-
I'm staying
I mean-
here.
You could look in the book and see what it said.
Joan, do you want to stay as well in this archaeological fund with all these rubbings about the defeat of the Black Pharaoh and what happened in the past, perhaps?
Yeah, you might want to. This might be our only chance to record this if you want to.
Especially if it's going to be destroyed in a couple days.
Are you guys all going to take off?
Alex and I will deal with the general. The doctor will have this poor woman out, and you can do some advanced library search.
That sounds like a plan. That sounds like a plan.
And I mean,
All right.
and I'll lean close enough so that if Clive's in the room, he doesn't hear. In as much as we can trust him, there's armed people here to keep you safe. And I think our goals align closely enough that I trust him about as far as I can throw him.
Yeah. No, I'm glad we showed him that way. He has some reason to keep us around.
Well, and
yeah,
I don't know. He doesn't seem duplicitous. Or maybe he's just so good that he fools me. Hard to say.
Hard to say, considering I thought he was a ghost.
Well, I'm anyway.
Yeah.
Well, he seems to trust us based on whatever it was that's written in that book. So I guess we don't kill him the next 2 days at least.
And we'll see what happens after that.
I thought it was 6 or 7 days.
Yeah.
So,
We need him at least until the morning of the 7th.
agreed. All right. I'll be
All right.
here.
Take care of yourselves.
Ready.
All right. So with
You
the
too.
splitting of the party, I think we are going to go to break. So we are giving away another set of these coasters. So it is #chaos at the break to get these fabulous coasters. A few rules. You have to be in the continental US or Canada, except Quebec. And I think that's the only rule, actually. You can't have won something sometime. I'll let the lawyers deal with that. I don't know what's going on. So #chaos for your chance to win these. There it is. These lovely laser etched fine coasters that I use every day. We will be back just as soon as 5 people can use 5 different bathrooms. Welcome back. The coasters have been awarded to Mago Tora. Congratulations. You get your you get a set of these courtesy of the Baroness. So congratulations to Mago Tora. That and you got your somebody pushing a roll. So everything you wanted. Now we just need to fire.
Pushing the roll. I would have had to have messed up. I'll try to mess up more in the future.
That
No, please don't.
that would be much appreciated.
No.
You know what? I'm gonna roll with the bad dice. I'm swapping them out.
No. Please,
Dude.
What? I already helped the old lady not die from
He's not old.
funsies, right?
She's not old, is
Just
she?
for funsies. So you Alexandria and Donald head out, and sure, your car is still there. The guy's still there. He is he's been waiting. He very much wants to be paid more.
We'll pay him more.
And he will take you back into town, and you will you'll go to the restaurant. He knows where it is. You are the only white people probably within several hundred feet of this place, and you go in a back room, and there are two soldiers that let you through, and then there is a guy sitting there in a military uniform, and he will stand up when you come in and hello, my name is General Azif.
General?
Pleasure to meet you, General.
Yes. Nigel has told me enough of what you have said to him that I wish to coordinate, and any information you have about the army of the Black Pharaoh and how we might defeat it, if you have any American intelligence or anything like that, we will certainly take it. Although neither of you sound American. We
aren't, but we do associate with a particular group from America, that American intelligence, essentially, that operates in this area.
I see.
We're unofficially, obviously. We have no official rank or position. We're just intermediaries, as it would be. But we will, whatever information we can gather for you, we'll bring to you about the intelligence we can about them. And is there any equipment or other needs you need, whatever, supplies?
Well, we're fairly well armed. We managed to repatriate a great deal of armament from when we drove the English out. The armory is fairly well stocked. We need manpower. This uprising seems to have started overnight and spread across most of the country. Essentially, we have control of the Nile Basin, and that's about it. We have warships. We have ships cruising the Nile, and their guns are enough to keep most of the army away. But the rest of the country we have functionally lost.
Where do you believe they're operating out of? Their headquarters is, for instance?
They're not centralized. There doesn't seem to be. There's not a central command. There's no command structure that we can find. This is just random groups of people that rose up across the country
At the same time.
They have no military structure whatsoever.
Not that we have found. They seem utterly disorganized. That's their fighting style, and it's quite effective. They also seem fanatical.
Have you taken prisoners?
What now?
Prisoners. Have you captured any prisoners, interrogated them? The usual course.
Not really. Again, this happened so quickly that most of our our outposts that weren't in Cairo or along the Nile were overwhelmed.
But you're planning to make a push on Giza?
Yes. It's something of both a public and private black eye to have the greatest treasure in all of Egypt not in our hands.
Understood. Yeah. As far as armaments go, other than rifles, what else are they using?
Well, we don't know. They do seem to have some heavier weapons because we had armored cars and that sort of thing in some towns, and they were dealt with no problem. We don't know how, so we presume they have some sort of anti-vehicle weapons. I think we just lost Joan briefly.
We did. Unfortunate.
So we'll keep going with this scene, but then when we get Joan back, Thomas will slaughter right in.
Yeah.
Right, and of course, we don't know who their leadership is. There's no one we can negotiate with, obviously.
We have not been able to find any sort of terms or any. There's been no communication.
It's very mysterious. Interesting.
I'll lean over to Donald and ask quietly, does that sound like something that the things you saw at the plantation could have done with the armored vehicles?
Hard to say. They move so fast. Mostly attacking men, though, not really attacking vehicles.
But if it's something that can pop out of the ground.
Right. Something more than weapons being used.
Sounds like
more than weapons?
Religious fervor and whatnot, these people and their beliefs. More valuable sometimes than guns and bullets.
We also, there have been reports of them not taking prisoners, that they tend to slaughter the men they capture, almost ritually.
Bad for morale, eh?
It certainly is, yes.
No surrender for your fellas. No surrender.
So, I have now given you a great deal of information. What information can you give me?
We'll go back to our respective governments and see what we can find out. Do you need maybe aerial observations, a spy location, whatever we can find, we'll bring to you.
That would be, yes, aerial observation would be useful.
I can require about men. If you really want men, do you want Western soldiers operating in your theater?
If they're not English.
fair.
Right. They would not be English. We can inquire about that as well. So men, intelligence, information. If you're good on weapons, fuel, and logistics, we'll get you what we can within 24 hours.
All right. Wasif, apparently, Nigel has told you about our advance on the pyramids. That is due to begin at sundown in 2 days.
Sundown.
Sundown.
Okay. Understood.
We're hoping to catch them unawares. She's back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
All right, so you guys head out.
Yeah, and as we're walking, I imagine since you mentioned that the restaurant is in an old Cairo, I'm very specifically watching to make sure we don't get knifed in the back, very literally, and B, watching for any cats.
Okay, make me a luck roll.
Here, kitty.
Can we both roll luck or just Alexandria?
Only the people that are looking for things.
All right.
26, hard success.
Sorry.
All right.
Regular.
Sure, yeah, you see there, now that you're looking for it, there are cats all over old Cairo. Downtown Cairo, not so much.
Yeah, I would have, if there was any food about in the restaurant, I would have palmed a small amount to use as kitty bribe.
Sure, yeah.
So I'll like tap Donald on the shoulder and be like, hey, watch out for me.
Will do.
and crouch down near one of the cats and like hold out toss a piece of food in its direction.
Okay. Yeah, the cat, several cats will come jumping up and will chow down.
And
how do you know which one to feed?
I don't. They're all connected to her. And I'll say I don't remember the name of the priestess.
Make me
intelligence.
Sure, make me an intelligence roll.
Intelligence, cool.
You ready to push it?
You made it?
Yes.
All right. It is Neris.
And I'll say quietly, could you tell Neris that we would like to speak with her?
Cat like cocks its head and then runs off.
Thank you. And I'll stand up, brush my knees off. And now we wait. That's the best we can do.
You're just gonna wait in Old Cairo?
No, gods no. I imagine that the message will get to her, and she'll either find us. Well,
she'll break into a military base.
She'll find us when we're out and about. We don't spend much time in the military base except to sleep there.
Is there some sort of safe cafe we could hang out and have a late night?
I mean, for you guys, the safest places are in downtown Cairo.
Let's go downtown and have a late night drink.
All right.
Okay.
And I'm definitely like watching as we go to make sure that no one's about to jump off of a roof at us.
Yeah, you don't see anything. Yeah. All right. So we cut back to the inside of the Sphinx, and you two are going through. There's 6 rooms, of which 4 of them are currently occupied by Clive and his crew. The other 2 are just sort of, one's like a makeshift kitchen, and one is like a storeroom. As you're sort of running through, both of you make me POW rolls.
Yeah, I made it.
All right. You're focusing on the art on the walls.
Yes, we're looking for things to rub. If there's some things scratched in, I can make rubbings.
Well, it's all hieroglyphs, right?
Yeah, it's all painted on in the interior.
That's what I'm looking for.
Oh.
I'm looking to see if anybody did any carvings, that's all.
It does not appear there are any carvings here. It seems painted on. And Joan, make me an archaeology roll.
Okay.
Can I jump in on that?
Yeah, sure. If you've got archaeology as well.
Give me a boost.
I am nowhere near.
Oh, yeah, I rolled a 19. That's a hard, not quite.
All right, so it's all painted on, and the paint seems recent. It feels like this paint should be more faded. If people have been living in here for a while, and torches have been going on in here, and if they've been in here a month, it feels like this paint should be more faded, and who knows what was going on in here before then.
All right, can I try to read it?
Sure, make me a hieroglyphics roll.
Yeah.
But why would it?
Oh, wow.
That
I fumbled. It's a 98.
Okay.
Why?
Of all the things to fumble on.
I know.
Nick, make me a luck roll.
Oh no, I already didn't make it. Yeah, I'm using those dice.
All right.
All right.
So, Nick, do you have any hieroglyphic skill?
I mean, I have a little bit of archaeology skill.
All right.
Hieroglyphic is a skill that I'm aware of.
All right. So you two are in different rooms. You're in the back 2 rooms that are not peopled by anybody. And Nick, you're going along, looking at things, and is that figure wearing a pith helmet? Is it holding a crowbar? what is going on here? And you start to see, you run this string of, it's actually, like Joan's story.
If I see that, I'm actually calling like right away. If like crowbar and a pith helmet, I'm like lean over and look in the other room. I'm calling.
All
her.
right.
I'm calling her in.
So, you.
I'm studying it really, just like.
You look in the other room, and you see Joan has turned around, and you see coming out of the. Well, actually, wait, Joan, you're the one who fumbled, so you should get the. So Nick, you hear something from the other room that as you're going for her, and Joan, make me a sanity roll. Because coming out of the wall are two very muscular arms.
Oh my God, no, I didn't make my sanity roll. What, these dice?
All right.
They're supposed to be good.
Oh no, these dice, these are supposed to be bad.
So you are losing 6 sanity. So
at once.
Fight, flight, or freeze.
I'm in fight mode.
Okay. So what happens is you look at these hieroglyphics and you see that same figure. There's like somebody with a pith helmet and a crowbar. And in the story, in the printing, whoever that person is gets pulled away by some sort of horrible beast and is disappeared. And that's the end of the story. And as you look at that, the arms come out of here and it sounds like we're going into initiative.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I can't help you.
So let's see here. All right, you're in fight mode. So
yes.
Okay. So Doctor, you will be in initiative next round. What's your dex, Joan?
65.
All right. So this goes first. Make me an opposed strength roll.
Okay.
All birds of paradise. I'll just.
I made my roll, but just regular.
Put that 0 up there.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I have an
oh my God,
6.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. You have what?
I have an 6.
I have a 50, which makes my strength, but
all right, this is a critical success. So the two arms come out and just grab you and bam, smash you into the wall. You take 5 points of damage. Bonk, and make me a con roll.
God. All right. Yes, I make it. 40 out of 45.
So you are not knocked silly.
I'm knocked stupid, but not silly.
And now it's your initiative.
Yeah, okay. Those arms, I'm going to try to whack them. I've got my trusty crowbar, and I'm going to try to stab one of those arms with the crowbar.
All right, take a shot.
And I'm rolling against crowbar. No.
Okay.
I just miss.
All right. So you come down on the arm.
Yeah, 6. Yeah.
And it feels and sounds like you just hit solid stone. It looks like skin to you, but it's
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
All right. So Doctor, you'll be in on this one. You will be going last. So another opposed strength roll here.
All right.
Good, but not as good.
Okay. Yeah. Strength. Okay. I got a 35. Still good, but not good.
Is that a regular success?
Yeah. Regular success.
Okay.
1.
So it got a regular success as well. So it has grabbed you, but it hasn't pulled you back into the wall. You are
Gotcha.
And then it's you.
So I try to hit its
All
arms.
Right, so you're gonna get you're gonna have a penalty die here because it's grabbed you.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, no.
Okay.
Didn't fumble, but got Yeah.
So, Doctor, you hear that commotion, you lean your head in, and there are arms coming out of the wall that have grabbed Joan. So go ahead and make me a sanity roll.
Of course there are. I'm switching my dice really quickly because this affects me. Yeah, I make the sand roll.
All right.
Switching back to the other dice.
You lose 1 sanity because arms shouldn't be coming out of walls. And it's your initiative. What are you going to do?
Oh, I'm screaming for Clive.
All right.
And I'll also run up and try and... I'm trying to like wrap myself and pull on one. These are pretty huge arms, right?
They seem slightly bigger than person sized.
Really bigger. Okay, if I can get a foot wedged on one of the arms and wrap myself around the other one and like pull away to try and.
All right. We'll call it an opposed.
Oh, I actually made it.
Oh,
I mean, just tell me. Yeah.
That's another. Oh, I shouldn't. That's what keeps messing up my camera. Sorry.
Yeah.
My gloating. I have an +5.
You know what? Finally, I get a chance to push it. I'm not going to make it, and I'm probably going to fumble with these, but I'm pushing it.
All right. Yeah, you come in and like you are just sound and determined.
Oh, I said the worst that in my head, but I'm going to say it. I put my back into it.
There you go. Your back might be coming out.
Okay, it was worse, but it wasn't a fumble.
As long as all right. So you pushing an opposed. Yeah, all right. So nothing bad happens, but you do not pull the arm off. So it still has a hold on Joan. So we are back to it. And Professor, you will see this. Joan will not, because Joan is in rage. It looks like, for lack of a better word, hieroglyphics are like floating down the arms of this thing and going towards Professor Lamb.
Okay.
And so, Professor Lamb, make me a POW roll.
Okay, dice, don't fail me now.
That's a pretty good roll I just got.
Pow. Oh, yes, that one's a hard success.
All right, a hard success. So the ink, the hieroglyphics like kind of flow down the arm, and they seem to stop when they get to the fingers of this thing.
I'm just too pissed off for them to be able to get to.
All right, it's all you, Professor Lamb. Go to town.
All right, okay.
You still have a penalty die.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Until you can break this thing's grip, you'll have that penalty die.
All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to actually shove it in it. I'm trying to.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I'll take away the penalty die for that. You're using a crowbar the way it's supposed to be used.
Yes. I'm not just trying to hit with it. I'm trying to crowbar it with it.
Sure.
That needs to be the title of the next episode.
And this is for. Oh, yes. I made it a regular success.
All right. Yeah, you have pried one of the. Yeah, you pry one of the arms off. No problem.
I'm prying it off.
Doctor, back to you.
Yeah, I'm still screaming for Clive, and I'm gonna try and I'm holding onto the arm. If I get one of my feet up along the wall, can I does kicking and just kicking at the hieroglyphs scuff them at all? Is that doing? Can I mess with anything on the wall?
Interesting. Make me a luck roll.
Oh yeah, I make it.
Sure. Yeah, you start to scuff some of the hieroglyphics, and you see that the hieroglyphics from the wall were kind of going into the arm, and so you've scuffed some of them, and it seems to have slowed that down somewhat.
Okay.
Flow into the arms.
And can I still try and pull on the arm at all to mess with it?
It was you can either do the scuffing.
Okay, I'm sticking with the scuffing. I'm just curious.
But I've got to pry on it. So how much wiggle room do I have?
You got a regular success?
Yeah.
You got a fair amount. I mean, one of the arms still has a hold of you.
Okay.
But
I'm got the other one. Yeah.
you've been released from the grip of the other arm.
Okay.
All right, so now it will take a penalty die as it goes. All right, this is opposed strength, so you should make an opposed strength roll.
Oh, 99.
I was trying to do that.
99.
Yes, 99 with a... What? These are supposed to be good for me, dice.
My dice have betrayed me.
Let's see here.
They're new. All right.
99.
Yep.
You put yourself in like a hole.
I grabbed the other arm.
Um,
I just need a hug.
all right, so with the one arm, one arm just once again yanks you really hard against the wall.
Yeah.
Just bam.
Yeah.
And you take 4 points of damage. And you are stunned for next round.
Yeah.
All right. Professor, you hear movement coming from the other rooms. So you hear movement
Okay,
coming
yeah,
from the other
I'll
room.
Because you're screaming,
I'm
right?
calling help.
Yeah, he's called.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm still trying to. I guess I'm letting go of the arm because that's been completely fruitless, and I'm just going up to the hieroglyphs on the wall and just trying to like smear them as best I can.
Okay, yeah. Let's call that. Make me a POW roll.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, you are like, this paint seems fresh, and so you're like smearing things no problem. It's
Big
messy.
old happy face to make it all good.
All right. So next round, other guys will be coming in. All right. Professor is out this round, so this is an unopposed roll. What's your POW, Professor?
55.
All right. Make me a POW roll with a bonus die.
With a bonus die. Okay.
Yes.
'3.
All right. So the hieroglyphics start to flow from the arm out of the wall into you, and your forearms, where there used to be tattoos, like acts as like a dam and stops the hieroglyphics. So the hieroglyphics kind of make it to your wrist and then can't go any further. They stop there. But your fingers are covered in hieroglyphics right now.
And I'm still stunned. I'm just still kind of...
Well, this round, yeah.
Yeah.
So Clive and 4 of his guys will come in, and I'll just make a group sanity roll. Well, there's something you don't see every day.
Smear the paint.
The guys come in with rifles, and let's see. Well, they don't lose enough sanity to go crazy, but 2 of them leave. 2 of them are just like, nope. But 2 of them stick around. And Clive will go like, oh, I've been wanting to try this. And he starts chanting.
Friendly fire.
All right. And so once again, the hand just grabs you and goes bam into the wall. And apparently it's a padded wall now. You take 1 point of damage. Yeah, you take 1 point of damage, Joan. Sorry. As it bangs you into the wall again. And as you fall back, you feel yourself pulling something out of the wall, and coming out of the wall is whatever is attached to those arms, and it is something. It's the cliched jackal head of Anubis coming out of the wall, and a bare-chested man, very muscular man, wearing some sort of like skirt thing, is reaching out for you. And we're going to cut back to Donald and Alexandra at that moment. You are at a cafe in downtown Cairo, and a cat walks by and like very pointedly like looks, starts to walk, looks back, starts to walk.
There's our signal. And I'll stand up and brush my robes off, I suppose.
Stand up.
Okay.
Leave a little money on the table, and let's go.
All right. So you start to follow the cat. It leads you into a back alley, and standing in that back alley is the priestess Neris.
You've met her before?
I have. Hello.
We have completed our business.
We have. I wanted to ask a favor that we would be in your debt for.
In my debt?
Yes, ma'am.
How would you repay a debt to me?
I don't know. How would you have me repay a debt?
What is the boon you seek?
We are seeking to trap the Black Pharaoh back into the Red Pyramid on the full moon. We think that we have most of what is necessary for the ritual, but we are having some difficulty coming up with the innocent blood component. And we would prefer to avoid human sacrifice. Full sacrifice, anyway.
And you think I have a ready supply of innocent blood?
I was hoping that locking the Black Pharaoh away was something that you would be interested in doing and perhaps could help us. And if not, then I apologize for taking your time.
I have one other request if that other request is unsuccessful. If we can't get the blood, perhaps safe passage would be something that you could arrange for us to help us and our fellows make it there safely to perform this ritual.
Where do you need to go?
The Red Pyramid. Sure, yes.
I see. Innocent blood. Cats know nothing of innocent blood.
We hope to find some innocents, but we like to get them there safely.
How alive do they have to be?
Full.
If for no other reason than because the blood must be fresh.
Well, that makes it more difficult.
Exactly.
I can probably help with the transport. But what can you give me for this help?
What would you have of me?
Milk.
Any particular kind of milk?
Lots of milk.
I will.
How much?
I want as much milk as you can bring me.
Where do you want it?
You know where my temple is.
Right. Alex?
Thank you.
When will I have the milk?
Oh, maybe a day or two?
Very well. Once I have the milk, we will discuss how we will get you to Dashur. How many will I be traveling?
Oh, there's the 5 of us, and we will need probably about 13 others.
Let's just say around 20.
Around 20 is a good guess.
All right. How quickly do you need to be there?
We need to be there by, well, before moonrise on the 6th, the night of the full moon.
Very well. Return to my temple with your milk, and I will tell you where to go, and I will transport you.
Right. Will do.
Thank you. Give her a little bow and step back out of the alleyway.
All right. So yeah, that'll happen, and I think at that point you guys head back to the army base.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Is Emma can deliver us those innocent souls. It all rests on Emma and her oratory skills.
Oh, we're
God willing.
Donald, darling, we're fucked.
Don't we always do?
Well, I suppose at least it's nothing new.
Just another day.
And now we cut back to the interior of the Sphinx. Joan is like dangling, sort of dazed off of the arm. One arm is still being held up. Hollister is like wiping madly on the walls. And Clive is chanting something. And 2 guys that are left are like looking at their rifles, trying to figure out if they should shoot or not. They decide not to shoot, but one of them comes up and starts like banging on this arm with the butt of his rifle. Oh my, that's a good roll. Birds of paradise. He comes up and he like hits the arm that isn't holding you, and like that arm like flops down for a second. He like knocks it down. He rolled a critical success with that.
It wasn't holding me?
Well, that one was easier to fall off. And it was on his side.
True.
All right. Clive will make a POW roll. And there's a sound in the room like there's a weird breeze in the room. And both of you have your backs to it unless you choose to turn around. And there's a sound like a almost like a portcullis, like that kind of sound. And you hear Clive go, "Crikey, that worked!" And you hear an awful sound behind you.
Well, I know better.
All right, that will bring us back to the top of initiative. This thing is now fully out of the wall, and it is going to, Joan, this is going to be its strength versus your size, because it's going to throw you at something.
Okay, so I roll size.
You roll your size. I have a regular success.
This is good. We've already broken the story in the hieroglyph where it pulls you through.
Nope. I did not make it.
All right, so this thing just picks you up and hurls you. Make me a spot hidden roll, Joan.
Okay. 11. So yeah, that's a hard ultimate success.
All right, so you have been flung at one of those ice. There's like a huge one of those ice spiders.
God. An ice spider like that?
There we go.
It looks like a nice crab or a lobster, maybe.
This is the ice spider doesn't want to get hit by you, but it does. So,
Ow.
you like slam into this thing, and
But
it
I have-
like, kind of staggers back a little.
I have my crowbar, so I hit it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you bam into it. You are now seeing that. Make me a sand roll. Oh, you're still in fight mode, by the way.
Yeah,
There's a horrible thing in front of you. So you know what?
yeah.
Don't make me a sand roll. You don't care.
I don't care.
It all needs to die.
Yes. I'm gonna hack it. I'm gonna hack.
All right, that was that thing. And so next to you, Dr. Hollister, there is now a fully removed statue of something that is moving, and it seems well, no, sorry, it's about an 8-foot tall man, except his head is a black stone jackal head.
Huh. But is his body? Does he look like it's all stone, or does it look like
his body looks like he's human, other than the head.
Okay.
So
this I can work with.
He's gone. Clive is so surprised that his summon worked that he is going to spend his turn exulting. That's why you read the Necronomicon, right there. That's a bit of all right. The two guys will make another sand roll. One of them just starts unloading his rifle into the awful spider. It's just like, bam, bam, bam. Wow, he's a terrible shot. So yeah, he's just like shooting things, and the other one is still by the human, and he's going to try and hit it again with his rifle butt. Less successful this time. All right. You're next, Joan.
I was gonna say, does it still have a hold of me? Does the jackal
threw you?
The jackal threw me, so I'm over there.
You are now entangled with an eye spider.
Oh, okay. I'm entangled with the spider. Okay, and so I'm gonna just try to crash that because I'm fighting anything that even's near me. I'm just gonna.
That is true. All right, make a crowbar roll.
Oh yes, that's a hard success.
All right, it does not make its dodge roll. Roll your damage.
Okay. All right. 6.
Oh, wow. All right, you whack it good. What are you doing? No, that's helping. That's my help. What are you doing?
It threatened me.
All right, so you that happens. Doctor.
Okay, yeah. If it's got a body, I'm basically a point blank range next to this, right?
It's true.
Can I just put the gun right up against its like along the side of its chest and just unload?
Sure. Yeah.
On the jackal? Are you on the jackal guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what's right in front of me.
Sure.
I mean, not the guard. I don't want to shoot the guard. He's
no, I was thinking the spider who's next to me. That's all. I was like, no.
And
sure. So you'll get a bonus die on this roll.
Okay, so that's canceled out by unloading, right?
Yes.
Miss. Hard success.
All right. So that's going to be max damage.
Okay, 10 damage.
All right. Yeah. There is another cacophonous boom in this room as you just jam this thing up under its armpit and blam, and its left arm is blown off.
All right. And then the third shot. The third shot I made a regular success. Is that good?
That doesn't seem to do anything.
Okay.
But you've blown one of its arms off. It does not seem to react, by the way.
Well, I do a little yippee.
Oh man, what is Clive? Don't you can't don't no, that's helping. He's just sort of surprised.
Okay, fine.
Oh no, you are not fine. No, this is an abomination in front of you.
I know, but I'm saying okay, fine. I'm just saying okay, fine. I'm just saying it. I'm not. Don't worry.
So all right. The statue is going the Anubis head is going to just take a swipe at you, Dr. Hollister. So you should make a dodge roll.
Curse dice. It doesn't matter because my dodge is so low.
All right. You take 8 points of damage. Whack.
All right. So.
That is a solid hit. Is that more than half your hit points? Give me a verbal sign where we lost your video, Nick.
Uh-oh.
Oh my God, it knocked Nick into latency.
Dr. Hollister's unconscious.
Yeah.
Shoot, I didn't think it was that bad.
Wow.
Those are the noises that Dr. Hollister's making.
I can hear them. Holly!
Nick, put in the chat if that is more than half your damage.
Oh, I wonder if he got kicked. All right.
No, he's just like his internet is. All right, so Dr. Hollister gets knocked out. Bam. Joan, it's to you. Well, actually, Spider first.
Spider, yeah. Is he going to run away?
No, the spider is going after.
Roll.
Oh, hey. Well, the spider is going to go after the statue because that's what it was summoned to do. There it goes. All right, we lost Nick. He'll be back shortly, hopefully. Stop watching Netflix while we're doing this, people. It's not helping. He's already back. Although he's already frozen.
Oh no. All right.
So it's gonna take a swipe at the statue and it's gonna miss. But this thing has its arm.
Yeah, I made a con roll, right?
Yeah.
That's
Did you
what
make
I
it?
should make.
Did you make the con roll? Nick?
Use the chat, dude.
Oh, the drama. All right. So until Nick is back, he's unconscious. I
made the con roll.
All right, he made the con roll. Okay, so he got knocked up to the side. He will be back next round.
He got knocked up.
This thing with the Yep, we heard that. You made the con roll.
I got a 5. Can you?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay.
There you are.
Back.
There you are. There you are.
All right. So this thing is slicing down with its knife arm and it misses. Clive, Clive is going to start chanting again.
All right. When do I get to whack something?
It's all you.
All right. Wow. I am just going to wildly swing at both of those things and we'll see who I hit.
All right. Roll me some percents.
Yes. Jeez Louise. All right. Who said that these dice were good? I got a freaking 99 again.
Ooh, Birds of Paradise love me.
They love you. They're loving you.
Me. Mine go great. You need to smudge yours. Smudge them properly.
I'm going to smudge them. I just got them. So
see here. All right. So you like step into it and you wind up and you just crash the curved part of your crowbar right through the eye of the eye spider. And it just shatters like glass.
Yes.
Like the whole thing just goes.
Yes. Yeah.
And as it shatters, the pieces that it shatters into are just disappearing as it shatters. And Hollister.
Yes.
Hollister, like, even as he's chanting, as you smash that thing, he like goes, "Oh, that hurt." Ugh.
You mean Clive?
Clive, yes.
Sorry, Clive.
No, I'm like, I got it, Ollie. I got it. Yeah.
All right.
I'm celebrating.
Hollister, we're back to you.
I'm backing up. I have to get some, like, this is just getting, wasn't that, he said that was, I'm going to the other room.
All right.
I can't breathe. I think my ribs are broken. I'm going to just, you got this. You got this. You got this.
You start to head back past the one so one guy has just been shooting wildly, and now he's just like click, click, click. The other guy has been kind of effective, but you make it through the door. You hear Clive chanting in some language you don't know. And I
lay down on the floor.
yeah, you just get in the other room.
Clive, just like, oh.
Nice. All right. The statue like turns, and it will start to go towards. Actually, you're right there, so it'll take a swing at you. You should make a dodge roll, Professor Hall.
Oh,
what?
Professor Lamb, I should say.
Sorry.
It got in the same room as me? There's another one?
Okay, dodge roll. Ooh, yeah, I got a 07. What?
Wow. All right. So this one-armed
Oh yeah. Perfect dodge.
Man,
Perfect.
it's like tries to backhand you and you slide right out of the way. No problem. Clive finishes his chanting and he says, maybe something a little more direct. And he like around the one remaining arm, like it starts to like wither in front of you and just aid like the one arm. And so all of a sudden it's like this old man arm with very little musculature.
I miss this stuff.
All right. It's to you, Lamb.
Me again?
Yeah.
Ooh, all right. I'm gonna smack that arm because it looks like ripe.
All right.
And yes, I hit it. I hit it.
Okay.
61. Boom.
So wow, it gets a critical success on its dodge roll. So it slides out of the way. And Clive starts chanting again. The guy with him does nothing. We're back to the top. This thing starts. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Hollister.
Yeah, I'm putting some bullets. I'm putting 3 more bullets
Reloading?
back in my gun.
Sure. Yeah.
And I'm asking, did you get it? Is it dead?
I tried to summon something to help, and your friend killed it.
Well, yeah, she can be hot-headed.
You know how hard it is to convince something else to come here after the first one got killed?
I'll slunch up and start gradually moving my way back towards the door, but I'm in no hurry.
All right. Pardon me, I've got a chant. And he goes back to chanting. The statue thing makes a for lack of a better term, it makes a barking noise. But it's this deep, gravelly barking noise. And the head does not move at all.
Oh, we've got it. We got it.
And that's what it's doing. Back to you, Professor Lamb.
All right, I'm gonna smack its head. That's it. I'm smacking it. Go. Oh yeah, that's an extreme. That's an extreme success. 10.
That is double damage.
10. All
double damage.
All right, double damage. So I roll once and double it, right?
No, you roll both dice.
Oh, I roll. Okay.
So you roll the die twice.
Yeah. Got it. 12.
All right.
Right in the head. That
horrible, you
horrible
once
thing.
Again bring the crook of your crowbar down on the head of this thing, and there is like a cracking sound, and it swoons, and like when it swoons, it just falls back into the wall. But so now there's just a pair of legs sticking out of the wall. From about the right above the knee, there's 2 legs just sticking out of the wall. They are not moving. And make me let's say a sand roll, Professor Lamb.
Okay. 25, I make it.
All right. There's a brief second where you spin around looking for something else to hit. And you are ready to keep fighting, but then you come to your senses when you see like Clive is like chanting but looking at you a little worried, and the 2 soldiers are like backing away from you.
Where's Holly?
And I guess I'm slowly coming around the door at this point.
He like slides around with the gun out. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. What do we do? Do we push it in? Do we pull it out?
Disrupt the hieroglyphs. They're making some sort of...
Do I still have them on my hands?
No.
Okay. Because that would freak me out too.
The paint's fresh.
So the wall is now very different. The paint doesn't seem fresh. It is not there's no figures with crowbars and pith helmets.
What? I'm gone? I'm not on the pyramid anymore?
Alas.
Okay, how long does it take me to calm down from this? Because
You're pretty amped for a while.
Yeah. I'm raring to go. Try just smart smacking at. I'm gonna try to smack at his feet. You gonna stop me, Holly?
I'm going to my medical bag, and
You want to do this? You can do first aid on yourself.
I believe in you.
All right, yeah, you just start whacking away at these very flesh-like legs.
Yes, I don't want it to come back and do anything.
It is not moving. Did you make your first aid roll, Nick? You've got inspiration.
Inspire.
We actually gotten to the point where there's pushing yet? Because I'd like to be able to breathe tomorrow.
You can push it as well, or you can use inspiration. Your choice.
You could push it. We have 8 inspo.
We have a bunch.
I haven't actually. Have we successfully pushed yet?
Yes, you did. You did
it.
No, because I got the roll on the first try each time, so I never got to the point.
No. You pushed. You said push.
You have used the push.
Yes.
Pushed.
Okay.
Use the inspo for the love of gods.
I'll use inspiration, and I'll use the good dice. Is that what you want?
Yes, that is exactly what I want.
Yeah.
You have used
Thank you, Holly.
Roll by Sapphire.
I still didn't make it.
All right. Did you roll worse?
No, I rolled slightly better.
All right.
I need something for that. A name for that.
So, okay. So you two are you going back to the base, or are you going back to the Sphinx, Alexandra and Donald?
The base, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, the base. It's too late at night to travel out to the.
All about the base.
The base.
All right. So you two are not sure how you feel about spending the night in this place, in the Sphinx.
Oh, yeah.
The other two.
Yeah. Professor Lamb and Dr. Hollister. It is, by this point, it's almost midnight.
I mean, we've got guards. If we're not going off into rooms by ourselves, you're muted.
I'm going to sleep now.
How do I get this rib to pop back out? I've tried everything. I guess
I could use my crowbar.
I mean, I guess they don't have ice out here. Jeez.
No ice in the desert.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not feeling like a hike. So, like, where am I gonna go?
No, we're staying here. They know where we are.
All right.
Just ask Clive to tell the guards to set up shifts and be more vigilant for fresh paint.
I mean, I don't know how you're more vigilant for things coming out of the wall.
We should smudge all the French paint. That's it. We need to smudge all the fresh paint.
The paint on the wall was fresh. So if we're just keeping an eye out, we were looking at the hieroglyphs painted on the walls, but the paint was wrong. And look, then it showed Professor Lamb and the arms coming out of the wall.
I've read the Necronomicon. I know a thing or two about instability. And I'll tell you right now, none of the paint in this place is fresh.
Well, no, what I'm saying was that the paint on the walls when it happened was fresh. Something put that there. So if the guards are checking the walls for fresh paint, that will alert us.
So I should tell my men to go around and just clean the walls all night.
No, just check them.
Just look. Just look with your flashlight and see.
Fresh paint, then that's a sign that we're in danger.
So they're not archaeologists.
Can't they tell if they shine on it, it glints, it's fresh?
They're not painters either. Oh.
Sure, yeah, I'll tell him that. How do you say paint in Arabic?
I can tell him.
Make an Arabic roll.
Oh, that I get.
All right, yeah, you successfully show him up. Right. And so he'll tell the men.
All right.
He when things have calmed down, he sits down at a desk with a book, probably the Necronomicon, and he like moves his fingers in a certain way, and all of a sudden he's like flipping pages super fast.
He's doing the thing. Can I do first aid on myself because I am way down on hit points?
Sure.
Okay.
And here, actually, maybe I should try to do first aid on you, and you do first aid on me.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll use my roll for you.
Did you get it?
Yes.
All right. So, regular success, Professor Lamb?
Regular success. Did you fumble me?
No. I'm just so close, and I'm not going to spend luck. I'm sorry. Can I get inspiration?
You got inspiration.
Re-roll it.
You got inspiration.
I am not great at first aid. Medicine is one thing, but first aid?
If he can get you to a hospital. All right. So you each get 3 hit points back.
Awesome. Thank you. That will help because I was way down.
So there are cots and things like that.
Yeah.
Both of you make me a luck roll.
Wow, that's an 8.
Oh, 22.
All right, yeah. You find the cots are not in the room with Agatha or Clive, so you've got a nice quiet room.
Yes. I'll tolerate you in my room, Holly.
That's what I like about you.
You crash. You get to something few people have done. You sleep inside the Sphinx.
Yes. God.
Well, about 9 other people beat us to it, but you know.
Don't care. None of my comrades have done this, so.
There you go. It's
still few.
How many people in total have done it?
Yeah. We're the first of 10, right?
So you're saying I'm not your comrade?
No. I'm talking about those people back at the college.
Yeah, I haven't been there.
Yeah.
The next day, Dr. Hollister, you notice that Agatha is still asleep. She still has the same very faint pulse. She is not woken up.
I mean, yeah, well, if she's been awake for about a month, that's not a huge surprise. Also, she's incredibly malnourished.
And highly sedated.
No. She isn't highly sedated.
Well, all right. She was multiply lightly sedated.
Yeah, like like throughout the night, but I'm not too surprised that she's not awake. But I am going to start watching her and see if I can get any
Should
sort
we
of
wake her up?
broth into her. No, like let her like for now. This isn't her body is been through a lot of stress. It's not terribly surprising that she would sleep in. I'm just gonna see if I can get any like, yeah, maybe if I can get a small tube or something, get a little something into her stomach.
All right. She will, yeah, you can, yeah, she'll take down a little food, sure. So Donald, Alexandra, you wake up in your hotel room. Are you heading to the Sphinx? What are you doing?
I think first thing we need to do is basically get into touch with Rogers.
Oh wait, sorry, you're at the military base.
At the base.
Yeah. And it should be relatively easy to get a hold of Rogers from the base.
They can send a cable.
Okay. So we need to essentially inform him that we're going to need U.S. military assistance to deal with the army of the Black Pharaoh in Cairo. We also need their help, whatever intelligence or other information they have about the enemy, helping give that to our new allies, which is the provisional Egyptian government.
Mm-hmm.
This operation, at least.
Yeah, anything that they have from across Egypt to help us figure out if there's if there are nexuses where the Black Pharaoh operates out of, that would be really useful to know.
Okay. All right. Either one of you give me some social skill, persuade, intimidate, something. Using referring to the provisional Egyptian government as an ally is dangerous language for them. So I'm going to need some sort of diplomacy role here.
Got it.
All right. What have you got?
I've got intimidate. That's the best I've got for.
Okay, I will try my persuade because I think that
That's
might
a
be
very
the best
different
of our
telegram.
I think that might be the best of our social skills, and I'm a little afraid of that.
I'll let you do the social talking.
Yeah.
As it may be.
I'm not great at it. Holy shit! Hard success.
Check that box.
I'll check that freaking box.
So yeah, you send off your cable and you manage to artfully refer to working with the Egyptian government without, making it sound like you're setting up an alliance with them or anything like that.
Sure.
And so that goes off, and your liaison at the base, a lieutenant, once again, when you send the message, he's like, I'm still not really sure what your role in all of this is. I understand that we're supposed to give you assistance up to a point that maintains our neutrality, but I mean, that cable you just sent makes it sound like you want us to enter this war.
Sorry, friend. Our roles here are a bit confidential.
I see.
Just communicate with our commanding officer. It's above our pay grade.
Well, I understand that. I mean, just so you're clear, I know the contents of that cable you just sent.
Well, you're U.S. military. You know how to keep a secret.
Yes, and so apparently do you. I feel like I've been fairly candid with you about the situation.
Right, that's good.
I see. All right.
From what I understand, your goal is to not be seen as coming into the war. What we are looking for is something that's a little more below the surface information, something that can't be traced back necessarily.
The two of us obviously are not American operatives. right?
No, but we work with the Americans.
We're deniable.
You
Right.
did just send a cable to the OSS.
Using U.S. military, of course, this is all this here is within your government apparatus, fella. As far as the world knows, none of this ever.
Oh, I see. Externally, sure, yeah. Plausible deniability. Okay, yeah, fine.
Exactly.
But I just, these are people on this base, and I care deeply about the people on this base, and I don't want them to be put in a position that puts them in danger they don't need to be in.
Don't have to tell you, friend, the soldiers, just like we are. This is the job.
Our goal is to try to keep them out of danger as much as possible as well. It is better
unless our CO says otherwise.
The velvet glove is not doing a good job of disguising the iron fist here.
No, we're just the messengers, fella. We don't make the decisions.
And yet in the cable, you are suggesting what they should do.
That's right.
We're the operatives in the field. And while they certainly do not listen to us in everything that we suggest, they do take our advice into consideration.
Well, you know, I'll do whatever Washington tells me to do, but do you really want to ally us in a war?
It's not.
We just had it was the war to end all wars.
There's always another war, fella. There's always another conflict. Surrounding us right now, there's another conflict going on.
Not if we don't get involved.
It'll happen regardless, but we may have a role in choosing the winner, which is something that nations like to do.
All right. Well, like I said, if I can, any assistance I can offer you, I'm happy to do so. But again, I want you to think about people, because I think about my people a lot, and I think about how to keep my people alive. I care about people here, and I mean this in the nicest possible way. Hi, Astrid. I don't think you care about people.
If we could only tell you what this was all about. Maybe one day, fella.
But suffice it to say, the short version, we care about people. We're doing this because we do. If we didn't, we wouldn't bother getting involved.
Do you believe that?
To the core of my being.
All right. Well, there you are. Like I said, however I can assist you.
Should we ask this fellow about the milk?
And that actually does surprise Alexandria into a laugh. Possibly. Yes, if you are willing to offer us assistance, we don't know much about supply chains in this country. If you would know of somewhere where we can get a large quantity of milk, we have a debt to repay. That's what they asked for. I don't ask those sorts of questions.
I mean, any milk I could give you would be U.S. military. It would be traceable. Who would we be giving this to?
It's not important. We owe a debt to some intelligence operatives. We'll put it that way, and we need to give them some actual milk.
You owe a debt to intelligence operatives that they want paid in milk.
That's correct.
Yep. And that will not be the weirdest thing that you hear from us.
Not even close.
like I said, you have seen the milk that we get is in cans that has U.S. military all over it.
Better than guns, right?
No.
Gentlemen, my question is simply, do you have a local connection? And if not, no worries, we'll find something.
I don't know where. So we try to be as self-sustaining as possible without using, especially once we went on high alert. Most of the embassy staff are now on this base, and we're trying to have everything we need here. We get regular supplies from Europe.
All right, good. So how much milk can you get us?
Who am I giving milk that says United States military all over it to?
Well, and I don't know if she would want canned milk.
It needs to be fresh milk, obviously.
Oh, obviously.
Right.
All right. Prior to the lockdown, did you have connections locally to shepherds, goat herders, anyone around here who might have a local fresh supply?
I can ask our logistics. I'm sure they had stores that they got them from. It turns out that our boys don't much care for camel milk, which is most of the milk you can get here. So I believe most of our milk was still being brought in from Italy.
Sounds good. Put us in touch. We'll take care of it.
All right. Yeah, he'll go through his gosh, what do they call them? Logistics. And there's a word for the guy who handles logistics in the military, and I'm blanking on it. All I'm thinking of is steward on the boat.
Quartermaster?
Yeah,
that's it. Quartermaster. That's it exactly. The quartermaster will tell you the name of. They would work with a dairy.
Cool.
Good.
So he'll put you in touch with them.
We need to get some funds too to buy all this milk.
Yeah, there's that. Pity Hollister isn't around.
He's not
The look on Nick's face. The look on Nick's face.
The piggy bank.
I mean, I have a credit rating. In theory, I'd be able to get money, but
We have to.
that's in theory.
So let's see here. So he'll put you in touch with a dairy, but what you'll find is that cow milk is super rare.
I'm honestly not worried about cow milk because it's Neris, which means she's local, which means it would be like goat and camel milk.
Goat milk is probably the easiest to get. Camel milk is a little harder.
Yeah, and goat milk will be super prevalent because they can eat freaking anything. They're great. They're great desert animals.
Yes. And so the dairy is mostly goat milk.
And I cannot imagine that Neris would have a problem with that because she's local and feeding local cats. That's what they would be used to.
So the real challenge for you is transportation.
Well, we asked them to deliver it on a truck, and then we just asked them to deliver it to a location with their truck.
See if there's anywhere that if the army would let us borrow a truck, or if there's something that we could rent.
Yeah,
I mean, how much milk do you need?
How much can you provide over the next 12 to 24 hours?
Fresh?
As fresh as we can get it.
We could deliver easily, I would say, a dozen bottles.
And each bottle is about a liter?
Mostly, yeah.
Oh.
That 144 liters?
Yes.
I just mathed that, and oh my goodness.
What do you think we can do?
A gross of liters.
The truck will have ice in it, but it's not gonna, the milk won't keep very long unless you keep it in ice.
Well, that's not our problem, is it? We just deliver.
Let's deliver it as soon as we get it. We need to deliver it to our location, but we'll work.
Exactly.
And where is it going?
We've got an address.
Since I don't want to lead anyone to Neris's temple necessarily, I'm going to see if there's anywhere that we can get a truck or any way to that we can transport it, and then I'll get it to them. So
the problem with transporting it is, this dairy is, you're probably an hour from the dairy into Old Cairo, if you can even get a truck into Old Cairo.
Mm-hmm.
And so you need a truck with ice in it.
Yeah. Well, if we can get them to deliver from the dairy into downtown Cairo, like around the hotels or something, then meet them there with a truck, that should only be about 20 minutes from there.
Like a loading dock in the back of a hotel, and we just go from truck to truck, and then we go to the location.
Yeah, that's my thought.
Okay. And how will you be paying for this?
Well, I guess usually you bill the delivery fellow, right? Is there?
Well, yes. If the restaurant has an account with us, we certainly bill them.
Does the U.S. government military base have an account with you?
They did until recently. You don't? Well, let's see. You don't sound American.
I mean, to be fair, Alexandria also doesn't sound English.
But to be fair, Donald's saying everything.
Yeah. Bloody Irish boy.
Well, we work with them.
Okay.
Well, we can give some cash to you. That's a better solution to this. Sound good?
I agree.
That fella.
You bring me the money, I will bring you your milk.
On delivery. We'll make the exchange right there on the loading dock.
No, you bring me the money, I'll bring you the milk.
Fine. We'll take care of that. Good.
All right, excellent. But at least we got that part set up, and I'm trying to, because I would have money. Like I'm not a penniless person floating about in the world.
But you don't have what? So like credit rating is for things like I can find stuff and buy it no problem. Large chunks of money is a different issue. This is, I'm gonna do some quick math here. So this is probably gonna be $700 in 1920 money. You don't have that on your person.
Yeah, that's true.
You can, so you can make a credit rating roll to go to the bank and write essentially you write a check against your account. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, I would like to do that because I have a decent credit rating.
Sure.
While she's doing that, I'll contact Rogers again and say we need the $700 wired to us immediately for use of purchasing. We'll see what happens first.
Okay.
Ought 4.
Very nice. All right. So your credit rating will go down by 3, and you have all the cash you need.
Cool.
And yeah, they'll bring a truck to the hotel.
Good. And we'll meet it with our own truck. We'll meet them there. We'll do a quick transfer and drive it down there as fast as possible.
All right. We cut back to the Sphinx.
We spent all day doing milkshake.
Yeah.
So I just want to throw in, I'm assuming, but I'm going to say it now, just in case it's not going to be retroactive, that I'm definitely keeping track of her pulse and, her temperature and seeing if anything is dropping or if things are getting worse.
Nothing is changing. It's almost like her condition is like stable is the wrong word. It's just the same.
Static.
Yeah, static. There we go.
Okay. And yeah, I'm not going to give anything to wake her up.
Okay.
is the main thing.
Until the morning, maybe?
She shows no.
No, it is the morning. I'm not doing anything to her system to jolt her awake.
Can we try to see if she'll wake up, though?
You could hurt her. Do you want to hurt her?
No, but it might hurt her to stay asleep.
It might be good for her to stay asleep. She's been awake for a month.
But you don't know what the psychotic part of this is. You don't have a clue about that.
And you do?
I'm just saying that we need her.
Yeah, we need her several days from now.
If she's already dead, does it matter?
Yes. Yes, her well-being matters.
Yes.
And that's the end of that debate.
Ours.
I'm a doctor.
You're a medical doctor. I get it.
Medical doctors think they're the only kind of doctor.
Yes.
I'm a real doctor.
Yeah.
I say that just because I know it gets under your skin.
Oh. Holly.
So are you just hanging out at the Sphinx all day?
Yeah.
I'm looking at the hieroglyphs and shit.
They are normal again, right?
Yes, they are very, yeah. And
I will happily take the time to record normal hieroglyphs.
All right, yeah. And Professor Lamb is she is all over it. She is like recording all sorts of stuff, taking notes, that sort of thing.
Yep.
It seems like Clive is asleep, and as soon as he wakes up, he goes back into his time bubble to read the Necronomicon.
I'm gonna write like on a slip of paper because that time, like, don't forget to eat and drink, and I'll put that on the end of a stick and slide it inside of the time bubble.
Clive will come out of the bubble and be like, "Oh no, don't worry about that, Doc. I don't want to end up like old Agatha there. You don't have any cocaine, do you, in your bag?
Do I have anything cocaine-like? I'm pretty sure I have some sort of.
Yeah, you'd have some stimulants at least.
Yeah, stimulants. Give him stimulants.
Like I'll give like mild dose.
All right.
Yeah, like a little, like basically kind of like no dose sort of level, but keep the blood sugar up.
Yeah, and I'll say you're that kind of doctor too, huh?
No, this is completely.
Uh-huh.
No, I haven't given him cocaine. This isn't cocaine. It's not like cocaine. This is like strong.
God, I wish.
She cannot help but poke people with sticks, can she?
No, it's crowbars. With crowbars. And he'll go back in his time bubble. But it's clear that Clive is sleeping and eating and like taking care of himself to the extent one can when one is accelerating time.
Yeah, that's my worry.
Do either of you? Oh, Joan, you have Cthulhu mythos. You can make a Cthulhu mythos roll.
Oh, you get to do that.
Yes.
Sounds like a plan. Don't have a lot, but nah, don't make him.
All right. So that like every ritual you've done has cost you sanity. And like Clive is just throwing this stuff around like nobody's business.
Yeah. So I mean, is there? I think I'll ask Dr. Hollister and tell him that next time you talk to him, you might want to see if you can psychoanalyze him, because this stuff doesn't. It makes you go insane, as you might have noticed.
I try to do the most tactful, like, whatever do you mean?
And I'm going to wander off and get some food, and I'm not bringing back any for him.
Yeah, the guardsmen are like, they'll like talk to you in Arabic a little, and they're like kind of, they're like asking how things are out there because they haven't been out of here.
Yeah, no, and I'll tell him it's just nasty out there. There's so many different things going on, the different fights, and who's staying out of it and who's coming into it. And we were hoping that this would help. So thank you for hanging out with us and making sure things are not going to come and get us.
Nice. Yeah. They will like that conversation.
Sweet.
So you guys,
does that help my sanity at all? No.
Hey, my door is always open. You ever want to talk to a real doctor?
That might be the episode title.
Oh, wow. Awesome.
Wow.
So yeah, you guys will spend, unless I hear otherwise, you're going to spend the whole day at the Sphinx, like studying hieroglyphs and
Yes, that's the only way I'm not going to lose more sanity or hurt somebody.
Point, like, were they supposed to be back by now? They're coming back, right?
They're coming back. They said they were coming back, but they said they were going to try to get some stuff for us. So,
little do you know, they're cornering the dairy market.
As long as they're alive.
Yeah. Which you've also seen no proof of.
Right.
But yeah, if I do get a chance, I will try to have a sense.
Are either of you going to look at Agatha's book?
You've looked at it a little bit. I think since he's looked at it a little bit, I'm going to have to, because I have to, right?
Yeah.
So yes.
And I'm going to try and see if I can talk to, if nothing else, for the academics of knowing just what damage has been done to Clive's mind.
Okay. It is now the morning of Sunday, May 31st. Emma is giving a rousing speech. We cut to a montage of Emma giving a rousing speech talking about the importance of blood in Catholic ritual, and how rare and wonderful it is for people to have a chance to make a difference and to end the tyranny facing Egypt. And she's giving a full-on speech, and the people seem receptive. The priest gave her a very warm introduction, and that really helped. So Alexandra and Donald, Alexandra has taken a large amount of money out of the bank, and you go back to the dairy and you pay the man. He assures you he's not a criminal, so pay him half now and half upon delivery.
That's fair.
And he says it'll take them a little bit to get the truck loaded. He offers, if you want, one of you can ride in the truck.
Sure.
Well, it's fine.
All right. So yeah, it will all go off without a hitch. You'll take the thing. So you now, there's a very confused private with a truck full of milk. Where am I taking this?
Just follow my directions. I've got this.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll the private in the truck driving down to Old.
So you're driving a U.S. military truck into Old Cairo.
I was hoping we could get a different truck. I really was. I was hoping we could rent something.
What other kind of truck does the U.S. military have?
I was hoping for something we could rent in Cairo or something, because I wanted to meet them in downtown Cairo and meet them with a rented truck there.
So Donald said he asked the base for it.
I mean, either one's fine. It's more. Really? It's fun. Let's do it.
Oh, on your head be it.
So regardless of the truck you pick, Old Cairo is tiny, narrow streets. It's foot traffic. It is goats and who knows what else in the roads. It is not a place you bring a truck. And so one of you make me a navigation roll.
Oh boy.
I have 15 to navigate. How about you?
I've got 10, so yeah, I got the base.
You can both try, actually.
Sure. Let's go through
that. Yeah, I got no idea.
Thought 2.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
I like my metal dice. I know Thomas hates them. They're the scourge of the industry, but I really like my metal dice.
So yeah, you're giving pretty good directions. And you recall the Temple of Bast was essentially a sewer.
I remember. Yeah.
And so
I'm basically looking for that opening to the sewer to crouch down next to it and be like, psst.
All right, one cat will come out, but the cat keeps looking at the truck nervously.
Yeah, I know. We're gonna get them to unload, and then they'll go away. But
So you just start unloading milk in the middle of Old Cairo?
Yep.
The street of Old Cairo?
Right here? Is this the location?
This is the spot.
All right, Private, let's unload.
Okay.
Snap to it, let's go.
So he'll start just like putting crates of milk on the floor.
Yeah, I'm helping like haul things out while watching for other cats to come, and I at least watch the show because cats.
Right. That one cat is just watching very nervously and keeps looking at the truck. Both of you make me a luck roll.
Oh, I failed.
Success.
Okay. So Alexandra, you can make a spot hidden roll.
Okay. Oh, that's a 16, which is just shy of a critical success.
All right. So you see before they manage to jump the private, you see like 4 gang members just like accosting the private.
Cool.
They don't seem like, but they're basically like, they've got a knife and they're trying to, they want to steal whatever is in this, whatever.
Yeah, I'm gonna draw two daggers and come toward them and just be like, go away.
So when I see Alexander draw, I'm also pulling my pistol out as well.
All right, they start saying things in Arabic, and
too white for that.
And they have grabbed the private.
Oh God.
Okay.
And they are barking at you in Arabic, and the private's just like,
I want the private. I'm just gonna motion like get down. Just,
they're like they are holding him with a knife. He's not.
Lean down, fella.
Lean into the knife, man. People don't do that.
Scoot.
Give them the milk. Let me. They can have the truck.
I'm gonna like shift slightly to the side and see if I can get a line of sight to throw one of my daggers at the guy who's holding the private.
Let's see. What do I call that? Let's call that a luck roll.
Okay.
No, wait a minute. You're a professional. Let's call that. Give me a knife roll. That'll help.
Okay.
Me.
Oh yeah, critical success.
Sure. Yeah, you think you can get a throw. You're not now. Your knives are not the like take a guy out immediately sort of things.
No. Well, they're stiletto daggers, so they're shaped like a triangle, so they make a pretty nasty wound that is very hard to close up.
It's true, but they're not like I just hit you with a dagger. Now you're not going to stab the guy you're holding.
No, but it would be a very you're dealing with professionals. Drop the guy, walk away, and we say no more about this.
That's an interesting message.
I don't speak Arabic. All I speak in this context is knife.
I don't speak Arabic. We just drove a truck into the middle of Old Cairo.
These guys are just armed with knives, right?
That's all you see.
Okay, well, I got a gun. I want to try to use my gun to intimidate them and try to make them back off.
Intimidate.
Sure, make an intimidate roll.
24, which would be a hard success.
All right. So you are struck with a hard success. You like so you see the guy who is sort of looks like the leader. You can identify who the leader is. He is definitely like nervous and panicking and sweaty, but he is like he's not more intimidated. Like this is turned into more than he wanted, but now he has, he's pushed his chips into the pot and he's committed. And at least for now.
You speak English, any of you?
they're all just barking in Arabic.
Which one of you gets shot first? The leader? Yeah, the leader, right? That's the one. Let the fella go.
Do they even? They're just like, you're just like very calmly talking while you're pointing the gun, and they're just like, they're just like, they're getting more and more amped up, and they're pointing at the truck.
Is the
Get
cat?
the truck. You don't get the milk. You don't get the fella either. You get the bullets, or you get the hell out of here.
Is the cat still nearby?
The cat is in the sewer.
I'm gonna like crouch down and say, if you want the milk, help us.
You hear over the wind a voice saying, I'm already doing you a favor. This is your payment. I don't collect your payment.
I don't want to have to kill someone today.
What sort of gift is half given?
All right.
So they are not interested in the milk. They're interested in the truck.
There's only 4 of them, Alex. We could take these fellows out pretty easily.
Very.
I don't worry about that the private there might get a little bit of a cut, though.
I'm a bit worried about that.
I'm going to make a sand roll for the private as he has this conversation.
That's a pretty sharp knife he's got going on there.
We'll have to stitch him up afterwards.
He fails his sand roll.
Pretty spectacular to the look on your face.
I'm going to go 1-2 fight, 3-4 flight, 5-6 freeze.
Okay.
Good. Come on, please.
Whoops. All right. He will try and elbow the guy who's holding him.
Good man.
Yes.
Well, now we know why he's a driver.
Can we inspire?
Can we inspire that guy?
Yeah.
If you want to inspire that, sure, I'll accept it.
Let's inspire that.
Well, it's not an Emma. So he like goes to elbow the guy, and the poor guy, more out of reflex than anything else, just like slits his throat.
Okay, then we're firing.
Yeah, I'm as soon as I see his hand start to move, I'm moving forward to like grab the private and stab the person who was holding him, I guess.
So I got a ready to fire.
So hold on. There's no way that you were close enough.
No,
If you got that close, that would have already started this fight.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll go to initiatives, but you both have for this round, you both have extra 20 to your initiatives.
Right. Also, ready firearm, I imagine would probably give him a bonus on dex.
All you.
Oh yeah, you've got a ready firearm, so that's actually 50 more to your.
Yeah. So.
And so yeah, I think that's gonna make you go first.
I'll shoot the leader. Is what I'm gonna shoot.
Okay. Make me so a gunshot rings out through Old Cairo.
Yep.
54 is a regular success.
All right, roll your damage.
All right, and that is 9 plus 2.
Okay. So you like shoot this guy full on in the leg, and he falls down and he starts crawling away. He'll start crawling away.
I missed.
Alexandra, you are next, probably.
All right. I'm gonna run up to the person who is he still holding the private like up?
Oh no, he dropped. Like this guy is as surprised as you are. This might be the first person he's ever killed.
Well, it's probably gonna be his last, and I'm gonna run up on this guy and just stab him.
Okay, make a knife roll.
16 out of 97 is a critical success.
All right, you gut this guy. You just run up and you just like stab him, and he goes down. He's like lying on the ground with holding his intestines in, as you have just sliced most of him out, and he's screaming, just like, ah! Ah! The other two will disappear unless you wish to.
Nope, I'm fine with that.
Who's the leader?
the leader is crawling away.
I think I'll go put a bolt in him before he gets away.
So you're gonna just go kill him.
Yeah, go over and put, right in the back.
All right, yeah, that is easy to do.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna go to the private and see if maybe it's a flesh wound, maybe it was a nick, maybe it was.
Oh no, he's quite dead.
Damn it!
He's quite dead.
God
Damn it!
Okay, so are the other two still visible that were running away?
So,
fine.
yes.
Let him go.
So there are starting to be a lot of people in the street.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like chanting in Arabic.
Do we drive this truck or we leave it behind? We gotta make a decision quick.
We finish unloading and then we drive the truck away.
Right, we have to.
Yeah.
Let's go. It's quick.
And just
All
go
right,
back
so
to
you
unloading.
unload all the milk.
Yep. And then
You unload all the milk.
Yeah, I'll retrieve the body of the private and put him into the back.
Okay.
Americans are very big on no man left behind and all of that.
Right. Okay, I'll stay in the back with the body while you drive. I'll navigate as best I can from the back.
All right.
Can you operate this truck?
I should be able to.
All right.
And I'll take stock of the milk and like see if that cat's still around.
The cat has never come out of the sewer with all this fighting. And I mean, yeah, it's so people and people are like, like I said, there are people starting to be around, and you don't know how the cats are going to get the milk into the sewer. Maybe that's not your problem. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, as we deliver as we put the last crate down, I'll like crouch down and look into the sewer and say, look, we're not able to get into the sewer. We delivered it to as close before. We were let in. If I remember right. I don't remember where that was.
All right. So you do remember that like Neris doesn't want this place found.
Well, she wanted a hell of a lot of milk brought to her location.
And wouldn't help get rid of people without gunshots. So at some point.
Sure. All right. Do we want to do? No, you know what? It's more interesting if you make it through. So you have a harrowing drive through Old Cairo, as there are crowds around. Word has spread that white people in this truck have been shooting.
Yeah.
As you're driving down the roads, there are people just banging on the side of the truck. It's a scary, tense situation. There's
a lot of swearing in Italian from the front.
Yeah.
At times, like, you're like just driving forward slow enough to try and part the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
You're not, you don't want to stop.
No,
because once you stop, you're probably not starting up again. But eventually you make it out of Old Cairo. And I'm trying to decide which is more interesting, dealing with the Egyptian authorities or dealing with the American authorities.
Well, for whatever it's worth, we would go straight back to the base.
Yeah.
Right. The question is, how quickly. It's Old Cairo, so the police don't have a lot of presence, so we'll deal with the base. So I think this is where we're going to end this episode. Things have taken a dark turn here, and we'll deal with the fallout of this whole situation. A U.S. soldier dying in a foreign land.
Yeah,
it never happens.
We can never go back to Cairo now.
You say that like we were ever planning to.
Hey, you know what? This is actually one of the places where we might actually end up coming back to again, just because we've had so much traffic here. You know what? No, it'll be a C team. I just won't be able to.
There you go. Yeah. There'll be a team that will come in to clean up what, yeah.
God, that's true. We've had both the A team and the B team here.
Yeah. One more team.
No, I don't want to make another character.
Flint will come in with the Japanese.
There we go. Flint is
Everyone make Japanese characters.
Flint is an army by himself, man.
Samurais.
Yeah, there you go.
It's a little after the Bushido period, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's doing Tom Cruise's role as the last samurai. He teaches them how to use rifles and everything.
So thank you so much for the bits, for your likes, your subscribes. YouTube, thank you for all that you do. We really appreciate it. Congratulations, Tigerion, who won the YouTube ones. I gave away his secret identity earlier. And congratulations to Tamago Tora, who won a set this week. That's awesome. Our quotes for this time are, one is the messenger of the elder gods, the other is an old queen. Taking a shot at someone doesn't mean you want them dead. We're low on friends. There's always the cats. If not, we'll kill them later. I thought we would go looking for kitties. Getting a nun through a portal would be difficult. I'll try to mess up more in the future. I'm not feeling like a hike. I'll tolerate you in my room. If she's already dead, does it really matter? And my personal choice, if you ever want to talk to a real doctor.
Why can't we use your crowbar quote? That's just so good.
I don't remember what was my
quotes. Yeah, but when Joan used the crowbar, you're supposed to be like, oh, you're using a crowbar like you're supposed to be using it.
Oh, right. Nope. It's a rule. My quotes can. I don't have quotes. I don't write my stuff down. Yeah, we'll figure out what happens. We'll have some fun police procedurals next time. Don't forget Monday we're back. Dragon of Icespire Peak. Tuesday, it's gonna be an Uzo. No, there's no. I was gonna make an exposition Uzo joke, but,
or something.
It's gonna be backstory of Uzo, all sorts of things. You're gonna find out why it tastes so terrible, and why they like licorice so much. Ugh. So that's Tuesday. Then we're back on Saturday. Congratulations, by the way, Chaos Agents. 2 years they've been doing this.
2 years. 2 years as of yesterday was our 2-year anniversary. This is the longest I've ever played a single character.
Wow.
That's pretty cool. And don't forget, we're also doing that huge, crazy giveaway of tons of RPG. Well, D&D, so I don't want to say RPG. Tons of D&D
it's also a Carbon 2185.
Yeah.
All right, there you go.
RPGs.
That's not like D&D at all.
It is RPG. You just need to use meerkats more.
James has cracked the code. That's the trick. That's the trick. And I think that's it. Oh, yeah, I mentioned the big giveaway. I think that's it. Mm-hmm. Goodbye, internet friends. I hope you can breathe where you are.
Or see.